You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Well, there he is, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He'll join us in about 90 minutes on the show today as we get ready for training camp. We appreciate him taking some time, especially as the Jags players report and we get going on this thing. And a lot of attention now and eyeballs on Liam Coen, the first-year head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, first-time head coach. And this whole regime, it now shifts to him, right? We had Baselli, we had James Gladstone, and now it's Liam Coen time. I know you guys talked a lot about him yesterday as well, and we're scheduled to have him on at 11:30 today. So, and this must be an exciting time for him, or it's just business as usual. I don't know. You're inundated with so many things, but as these players walk in the building and I mean, it's on now. It kind of doesn't feel real, I think, for a lot of that time in the spring because it's like, hey, we've got a lot of time. Mm-hmm. This is when you start to run out of time to get ready to play ball. And one of the things I think is important here, Austin, this year for the Jags is you got to get off to a fast start. And when you have a new regime, it can take a little bit of time, right? This new offense, everything else, new players, chemistry. They got to get a lot done in the next 6 weeks. That has them ready to roll out of the gates because they have to take advantage of that game against the Carolina Panthers early.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with Casey, man, and I think, that there's two ways you can look at it. You can sit here and say you hope that with OTAs that you put all the X's and O's stuff in, right? Now you're not going to get the whole entire playbook, right? I mean, we know that Liam Coen's going to run a dynamic offense with a lot of motions. It's going to be a balanced attack, but it's going to be a lot to gather. But at the same time, you hope that they at least get the gist of it for OTAs during those mini camps because now training camp is the time to start building that camaraderie. It's kind of time to start building that attitude a little bit. And this team, I feel like, needs a little bit of attitude, right? And whether it's attitude in terms of, playing lockdown defense, whether it's attitude in the ability to run the football, like that all goes hand in hand. So hopefully now, yes, it's going to be X's and O's. It's going to be learning more of the playbook, but now it's going to be more about attitude as well.
Yeah, we think about it, I believe, from a point of view of the coach and the staff and everybody else about how they adapt to players, but what about how the players adapt to the coach? You played for a bunch of different people in the NFL. This is a hard one to say. It's like, would you like to play for Liam Coen? Yes. And you haven't been in a meeting room with him, so you don't really know. But we don't know what he is necessarily, but I think we assume he's players' coach, right? We always try to get into that, like what's players' coach, what's not. I'm assuming he falls under that umbrella in that bucket.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, his coaching tree that he comes from is a line of players' coaches, absolutely. So, what it's going to come down to is being the players' coach is great and everything, but when it's the dog days of summer here in Jacksonville, how do you get the most out of your guys, right? Because this is, keep in mind, the players are going to have to adjust to Liam Coen's coaching style. He'll have to adjust to being a head coach for the first time, right, during training camp. So there's a little bit of trust that goes into both sides of things.
If you were a player, would you like the early practices?
Oh yeah, get it out of the way. Absolutely.
I know you hated the night practices.
But
nobody does that. That was such an odd thing. Very few people. I don't know of any teams that do it currently. I don't think many people even did it. It was just like Jack Del Rio kind of.
The Chiefs and the Falcons should do it because they have all the primetime games.
Oh yeah, they can do it that way. Yeah. I thought you were going with the Chiefs should just do anything that's not normal because
that too.
Their facilities, they go to college.
They don't even practice.
I don't know where the Falcons fit in that, but so man, it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. The problem is, we're going to talk about it. We'll have some fun with it. One of the things we're going to do today actually is pick a camp darling that we'd like to follow along with because there's always a camp darling. There's 90 players. And so my point in saying that is
last year was definitely Cephas.
Well, for some, it was Cephas. Yeah, it's usually a receiver or a corner because that's where the ball is.
Sure.
Right. So usually you get that. Sometimes you get a running back. So we were kind of going through some of it yesterday. I was like, let's pick a camp darling who's going to be right. The problem, not the problem, but the nature of camp is we're probably not going to be right. because someone's going to look good. You're going to have fun. First day out there, you're going to catch on to somebody about, your eyes go to this guy or whatever, what position it is. And then by the last preseason game, you're wondering if he makes the team. And if he makes the team, it's still like a special teams guy is really not contributing at wide receiver.
Yeah.
It's just a funny process, and we're about to enter that process. And it's okay. Like, I'm not criticizing. That's just the way it goes. Mm-hmm. You go through enough of these, and you see it. I do think, though, like that back end of the roster has been remade by Gladstone and this front office. And is there a diamond somewhere, right? Like, did they get the needle in the haystack guy? Because the good teams are able to find them, and Austin brings this up quite a bit, like with the Trent Baalke thing. Where are the gems, right? Mm-hmm. Where are those middle to late round gems? We're going to really see.
Where's the Bucky Irvings?
We start to see it with James Gladstone here, if he found any.
No, without a doubt. I mean, last year the Bucks rode on the back of a late round pick in Bucky Irving, So, and listen, I think the Rams know about it too with Puka Nacua, who's now like their go-to wide receiver that Cooper Kupp has. When Cooper Kupp too, by the way, was a little bit of a late guy too as well. But yeah, you're gonna have to have him to have success, right? Like I say this all the time. The first round picks, they got to be your layups. The fourth, fifth, sixth round picks, those got to be the diamonds in the rough that no one was really talking about, but make a huge contribution. If you want to have a great franchise that's winning ball games, you got to have that.
Yeah, so we'll pick a guy. The nature of this, by the way, is like it's essentially got to be an undrafted. If you wanted to pick a 7th round guy, I guess you could. But even like LaQuint Allen, like I don't really think that fits.
Sure.
Because they might utilize. So I really think it's an undrafted guy that you really have to dial into to say, okay, he's one I'm going to watch. What's interesting is if you go about that, there's only one undrafted free agent on the offensive line. As I was looking this up, which I think is a little surprising. Usually that's where you beef it up and try to find one of those diamonds that maybe will come to light. I mean, heck, they did that in the 7th round with Cooper Hodges. They really liked what Cooper Hodges was doing in camp, obviously, until the injuries of the last couple of years. So we'll see how that part shakes out. I think this is a day on the eve of camp where Hamby's burner, you get these kind of things. I'm ready to see how they use De'Ami Brown, right? A guy that's somewhat forgotten about, and because of the Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. discussion, and rightfully so. But where does De'Ami Brown fit in all of this? And those are the kind of questions that we're going to start to see unveil and get excited about or not too excited about. The one thing that I always say about camp that I think I don't want to see, because I think it's the one thing that can translate, well, I would say 2, that can translate into a regular season more than others. Turnovers from the quarterback and drops from the receivers. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of other things that are hidden that maybe they can see, like maybe there's a physicality once the pads go on and things like that. But I think from a naked eye standpoint, if you see a team that has a lot of drops, you're like, uh-oh, that could be a problem. Or a player that has a lot of drops, uh-oh, that could be a problem. That gets a stigma real quick. Yeah. What's fascinating is the Jaguars have had a lot of drop passes over the last few years, and it really wasn't a storyline at camp. But they actually, like, over the last 3 years, did lead the NFL at times, or one of the top teams in the NFL, and drop passes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that can't happen, right? That can't happen from a standpoint of Trevor Lawrence with his confidence. That can't happen with a new head coach. And, like, I think, I was looking up some research about De'Ami Brown, actually, and, like, what his big things, metrics were coming to the Commanders. And one thing that everyone praised him on, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but like the guy's got hands. Like I forgot what the PFF ranking was in contested catches in terms of drops or whatever, but he was like towards the top of the league when he was coming into the league, from college or anything. So I don't know if that really correlated. I haven't seen the stats from his NFL career, but one would hope that that's going to translate here to the Jaguars and be a dependable 3 receiver, because that's what you need, right? Like, heaven forbid, knock on wood, like injuries can happen and everything. Guys can get elevated, guys can get, demoted, whatever the case may be. But you hope that who's ever in there catching these passes from Trevor Lawrence can catch them, because there's nothing that kills a drive, nothing that kills momentum, nothing that kills a quarterback's confidence than drop balls. And we saw a slew of those last year and the previous year.
What do you think his message to the team is going into this thing? I mean, do you remember one from like a coach, whether it was Reid or Del Rio or somebody else, that first meeting? It's different than the first meeting when he got the job, right, or in April or whatever else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a meeting at the hotel or in the team room, today as they gather, because now the rookies have been there and injured players and quarterbacks, and now you have the veterans that join in. We don't anticipate, by the way, anybody not showing up,
Sure.
or I don't think there's any drama involved there. From an injury standpoint, I think they're in pretty good shape, other than Gardeck, who will start on physically, unable to perform less. We'll see if there's anybody else. But so the whole team's there. I mean, there's not a lot of outside noise. And I wonder how important this is. And maybe we can ask Coach that in about an hour or so, how important this message is from a consistency standpoint or kind of a first impression standpoint this time of year.
You mean that first team meeting of training camp? How important that is? Yeah. I remember the speeches. I remember, Mark Trestman of the Bears when we were slotted to, do a lot of big things. You had Jay Cutler, you had Alshon Jeffrey, you had Martellus Bennett, you had Matt Forte on offense. Like you had all the pieces that were going to be successful, but and I talked about this yesterday a little bit. He lost the locker room, right? And that can't happen. He lost the locker room in training camp. With Liam Coen here, I hope he takes more of the Andy Reid approach, because I was there Andy Reid's first year when he took over for a Kansas City Chiefs team that was 2 and whatever, right? And I remember with Mark Trestman, it was, hey, he showed the pictures of Grant Park and said, this is where the parade's going to be, right? And then he showed the Super Bowl ring and all that stuff. And we were almost living in the future a little bit, and then he's like, but, it starts tomorrow, stuff like that, right? Well, Andy Reid didn't even talk about a Super Bowl. He didn't talk necessarily even about, turning it around. All he talked about was, hey, we have guys in this locker room that are better than a 2-win team. And that's not going to happen on my watch. It almost seemed like Andy Reid was so laid back and had such confidence where it's like, guys, I got it. Don't worry about it. I know what we're capable of. So it wasn't like this rah-rah speech where, all right, here we go, training camp, it's going to be hot, it's going to be physical, we got to depend on it. No, Andy Reid gave the most generic, the most laid back, first day of training camp speech I've ever heard. But I left there thinking man, I guess he may know something that we don't, because he seems mighty confident, and hey, lo and behold, he was confident and he was right.
That's pretty interesting. I get where even the Trestman one comes from, and then obviously Reid fits his personality. I don't think anybody will be delivering this is the greatest Jags team ever assembled.
God, I hope not.
I don't believe that is going to be the mantra.
Was that a year ago today?
I was
pretty close, right?
It came out of the hunt, but I think it was after camp, so I think it was. This day.
He would have waited for the whole team
a year ago, but it just didn't come out until weeks later because the hunt was put out later, right? So, you won't get that.
Yeah.
You won't get that kind of hype train. And I think that's a balance. Because here's the deal. I really hate, I was kind of in a car driving, so I didn't hear everything yesterday. And I hate going back if you talked about this part. But I wondered when you guys were talking about it, I shared 2017, they almost lost the team out of camp, right? And then they salvaged it with a huge effort against Houston. I mean, that was almost a mutiny. I've never covered one in all my time in Jacksonville like that, where it was vocal. It was Mercedes Lewis was pissed.
They were one loss away from losing the locker room.
Yeah, it would have been a bad year.
Almost staged a revolt.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. It was pretty... But it was vocal, it wasn't like something that came out later on. It was in the real time, they were pissed,
of course,
and tired, and all that stuff. Didn't agree with it, and then they rolled Houston, and it worked. In 2021, obviously Urban. I don't know if he ever had the team. I don't know exactly when the turning point of that was, but you can make the case that, by the time they got to the regular season, it was what is this guy doing, right? I wonder if last year rivals it. In a sense. And that's why I do think practicing what you preach is important for Liam Coen to lay it out there today, or what he laid out in April. Have they been consistent with that? Because I think when you played for Jack Del Rio, that was a knock on Del Rio that he was inconsistent. He wasn't always the same. I think Doug gives a little bit of that vibe, or at least the staff, where there wasn't a consistency of what they were preaching. the way it turned out in hindsight. I wouldn't have said that in real time, but in hindsight, I think I could suggest that. I think the Nielsen stuff was lost pretty early on, quite frankly, for that defense. That doesn't mean the whole team, but the defense. And so that's why I think this is important. I think it's important to lay it out there. And especially with today's athlete, they want to know the why and everything else, and then you got to deliver on that. You got to say it, you got to deliver on it. And I think we have examples in Jacksonville of that not being the case. And quite frankly, as much as somewhere along the way you found out this isn't the greatest Jaguar team ever assembled, we weren't the only one that didn't find that out. The team found that out too, pretty quickly. So that's where I do think these things are important, right? That if you're going to say it, it's got to be something reasonable and do it. You can do the Newt Rockne stuff and, or whatever else, like win one for the Gipper, here's the parade route. Like, that's part of sports. You're going to do some of that. But you better deliver on what you say is the main point.
Without a doubt. I think when you look at NFL teams and the successful ones that year in and year out have that culture built up that are consistently winning, it comes down to a couple of things. Obviously, it starts with the coach, and I think it's with communication. And, I think with Liam Coen, James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, there has been a preaching of communication. Like that to me has been the biggest change from Doug Peterson to Liam Coen so far in this whole new regime is the communication standpoint. Right now, it's one thing to do it in the press conference, it's one thing to do it in interviews, but is that going to trickle through now to training camp? I would think so, but time will tell. And like Brent said, this is a Generation Y now where it's not only good enough where you have to tell people what to do, but you have to explain why you're doing it. And when you have a league now where players have more power than ever, where you're one, bad comment away from requesting a trade, you're one thing away from just being like, I'm going to sit out, players have a lot of power. So it's important to convey this is why we're doing it. This is the expectation. Now go out there and do your job. And I think Liam Coen, more than anything, is going to communicate that. And now I spoke on this yesterday a little bit. My biggest concern is the intensity standpoint, right? Which I think is warranted, right? Because I think when we get, and we saw this with Doug Peterson a little bit too, like when you get offensive-minded guys like, Liam Coen, Doug Peterson, it's more analytical than it is emotional. So I'm really curious to see, will Liam Coen turn to be emotional more? Will he lean on different coaches to provide that? Because the biggest thing you can do as a coach is be genuine. And the minute that you stop being genuine is the minute that you stop losing, you start losing the locker room. And you saw it with Doug Peterson in terms of not having the players back and the players just going, hey, okay, so we're not in this together. That's got to be Liam Cohen's biggest contribution to this team is being genuine, but also communicating.
Yeah, it's. I was watching a little bit of the quarterback last night. I mean, this has probably been out for a while, these episodes. There's not new episodes coming out, right?
No.
Nothing like that. So Ty was watching it. So I was checking it out. And I watched a little bit of the Joe Burrow part. And I thought he said something that was pretty interesting. And I actually said this to Ty. He didn't agree with me. But I think if, Trevor Lawrence said this place would be like, what the hell? But Burrow obviously has built up equity when he said it. Last year when the season ended, when they found out, they had won a bunch of games at the end and they had found out that they didn't make it because I think the Broncos beat the Chiefs. Remember, they rested their starters or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he said something like, well, it's kind of a relief the season's over. He's like, obviously you don't want it to end, but it's a relief when it ends.
Sure.
Because there's so much that goes into it. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty interesting thing to say. And I just think depend on who you are and you say that, fans would get all over that, right?
I'm surprised that Cincinnati fans haven't gotten over on that.
Yeah, I
don't know why. I don't think
it had some context to it. So if you saw it in the right context, and maybe some Cincinnati fans did, it hit my ears like, that'd be something. But he said something else that I thought was pretty interesting, and this goes to your point. Mm-hmm. He's like, you are on edge so long. The hardest thing about the season, at least from the quarterback perspective, but probably from a player perspective, is you're on edge for 6 months, 5 months. You don't go into work every day. Most people don't go into work every day. This is the biggest deal they're about to do if you're a sales guy, right?
Sure.
There's a Tuesday in October where it's there's really not much going on.
Yeah, but I think to be successful, you got to have that mentality.
You probably do, and most people really don't, but the higher level guys do, is my guess.
Sure.
But I get what he was saying. Like the minute you walk in that door today, the good teams, the good players, to your point, the more of this you can get, gets on edge right away, is locked in.
Yeah, it's like there's something in the air.
Yeah, that like it's just a tunnel vision, right? Which again becomes what I always say is a pretty selfish vision at times, but that's the way to greatness in a sense too, is that, hey, goodbye family, hello football, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to some degree we do it, in our world. It's like, see you later, it was a nice summer. Now it's over. I'll see you in February or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's hard, Hamby. Like, I don't think that's an easy thing to do. And I don't think that's something that a Jaguars team has been able to do, quite frankly. And there's a lot going on, right? There's a newness for the head coach. It's a newness. Like, you didn't have to be on edge as Todd Bowles was, or as you name it, because he wasn't the head guy. Now, you had to be on edge to some degree. You're still part of it. But you didn't have to be like the head coach. Head coach can't take a nap.
Yeah.
Right? Can't take a breath, really. It's no like, I got this. It's no, okay, now we're in cruise control. We got it. Like, even us, like in our, I'll tell you, just be honest, like the way I think about this, it's like for the next 6 weeks, we're going to roll out a bunch of shows on TV. And it's really like the biggest stretch for us. Like, we get sponsorships and graphics and everybody's got a community, but then once we get to like September and every show has been launched on TV, it's kind of like, it's not cruise control, but it's like a rhythm. And it's that part's done.
Yeah.
And you can almost kind of take a breath. I just don't think in their business, as elevated as things are, you can afford to take a breath.
Brent, I think every team probably has an element of that. But remember, kind of the concept that we would go with to try and explain why the Jags, would succeed just to fail is like, well, maybe they're just better when maybe they're just better coming off a failed season. Yeah. And when nobody expects anything of them.
Well, that has been a mantra about this group of core players.
That was Peterson's MO as well.
And
when he was the underdog, he always won. When he was the front runner, didn't exceed expectations.
Right. And that was slightly disproven last year because you failed at the end of 2023 and you came back with 2024 and were terrible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But I think that in a sense that helps. How could there be any comfortability within the Jags organization right now? Nobody's proven anything.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, though. I do think human nature.
Oh, I agree.
No. But human nature is not for Trevor Lawrence to feel comfortable. But for Travis Hunter, ease his way into the NFL, for Liam Coen and James Gladstone, hey, this is first year. Like, I'm not getting fired 8 games in.
Sure.
If we don't do well. Like, so human nature says there's a build. So when you have this many people that are new versus these guys that have been here. So I believe Josh Hines Allen, Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, I'm not telling you they do this. I think you could see a situation where those guys are on a different kind of edge than even like the staff or younger players coming in, because where they are and where they're at in their careers. That's why I really like 2017. I always come back to this. One, Marone was coaching for his life from day one because nobody thought he would ever get a job again. Coughlin just does that naturally. It doesn't matter if he's playing freaking Monopoly, right? I mean, that's just his MO. But then you had a team. You had Bortles playing for his career. You had Cam Robinson. He had just come in. You had, I don't know who else, but you had guys that were trying to play with a chip. I just remember that some of the guys on the offensive line that were in contract years or whoever it was, like you had enough of those guys that were playing like this is really a big deal. I do think the Jags have that currently. Tyson Campbell, it's a big year for him. Trevor, it's a huge year for him. Etienne, it's a huge year for him. Some of these offensive linemen, massive year. Walker Little, Ezra Cleveland, Anton Harrison, are they going to be a part of it? Devin Lloyd. These are big years for these guys. Can you get that? That's good, by the way. Those are big central figures. Trayvon Walker playing for a lot of money.
And even guys on the offensive line, like McCarry and Hainsey, this is their first time being a starter, legitimate starter. Because if they don't succeed, it's going to be one and done. They're going to be backups for the rest of their career.
I do like that makeup, but everybody's at a different point in that, Austin, is my point, right? Like, I mean, there's just not all 53 and the whole staff are aligned in that. Because they're at different points of their career.
Of course. And I think, the longer that you play in an organization that's losing, the more that you get ingrained to, is this how it's supposed to be? So if you want to talk about veteran leadership, you want to talk about veterans who've been here, they've seen a lot of bad. So I think also it falls on Liam Coen and company, not just Liam Coen, but in company, to kind of almost like rewire that way of thinking. Like, listen, Josh Hines Allen knows that you can't lose, right? Like, I understand he's got the winning mentality. He knows how to take care of himself in the offseason. He knows how to be a leader, all of these things. But when you see it go bad for so long, like it almost like sticks with you a little bit. It just kind of follows you. So, like, once again, I think that's kind of on Liam Coen. Like, I'm not saying you got to, like, exercise the demons and burn sage and everything, but you have to address and be like, hey, guys, what that was before, who you were before, that's not who you actually are, right? Like, we need to get better play out of everybody. And I think if he can purvey that message, the better shot you have of winning right away.
Yeah, I actually thought Doug did a good job of that in year one. Like, I thought he did a good job.
Doug Marrone or Doug Peterson?
I'm sorry, Peterson.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job of that kind, because he had to rescue people from Urban, right?
Sure.
Like, Liam doesn't have to rescue everybody from Doug Peterson. Like, a totally different situation in that respect. But I get what you're saying. And I think that does go back to what James Gladstone says. Again, you mentioned communication, transparency, all these different things that they seem to be pretty good at. Well, along the way is be the best version of yourself sticks out for James Gladstone to me, right? Like, hey, Travis Hunter, you just come here and be you, man. Like, if that is constantly being preached, that's what you just said.
Correct.
Hey, Trevor, be you. Right? You're a good player. Like, just go play. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And if these guys can actually do that, that's a tougher thing to do.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done, right? Because especially in sports, you're trying too hard sometimes. We all know it. You try too hard. You want it too much. Sometimes you want it too much. And that doesn't matter what level you're at. Or just think about anything in your workplace or anything else. Like, you want it too much. Let it come to you.
Sure.
But will they do that? Will they adopt that nature of it? We will see. We'll have Liam Coen on in about an hour here on the Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Let's hit a timeout. Our first one as we get ready for football season and camp tomorrow morning. By the way, 1st and 10 training camp starts tomorrow as well. So 11:15 each night. We get you going in the morning here, and then at night we recap the entire day at camp at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30 as we get ready for another year of 1st and 10 training camp. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest and cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning. and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Kinetico reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Kinetico Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Kinetico water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Kinetico dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jags PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jags PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, here's the lineup we got going on today, and we're going to get into a Jaguars camp darling. Send us some if you want to play the game, and we'll keep an eye on these guys. There's no well, I guess it could be statistics to see, but who are we falling in love with over the next few weeks and having some fun with? And maybe it's a real deal for that. Jerry Jones, interesting every time he talks. He did talk about being in Landman, by the way, too. I said one of the best scenes that he did was cut out.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, Landman was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the Billy Bob Thornton one?
Yes.
Okay.
In anything in life, if you already mentioned the thing that didn't get seen as your best work, it's pretty telling. Oh, you should have seen me do this. You should have seen me do that.
That's actually pretty good.
Release the director's cut.
Liam will be live with us at 11:30. Looking forward to that in about an hour. And Screwball and Pinstripes. Come on, man. What are you doing to this? I mean, we don't want any of that. No way.
It ain't happening, man.
That's not happening. We were talking baseball. Brew Crew, 11 in a row. They just keep winning.
We're all good. Yep.
And best record in baseball.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Come on, bro.
You know, if you think
best record in baseball?
Best record in baseball.
Hey, Hamby, your Milwaukee Brewers right now, in July, have the best record in all of baseball.
I think I keep up with everything pretty well. I wouldn't have guessed they were top 4 or 5.
You know what?
I thought they were.
That's just the way they like it, Hamby. No worries, man.
I thought the Cubs were still at first in the division.
Oh, no.
Just switch, right?
PCA, hopefully that knee tightness or whatever gets better soon. Gonna need him down the pipe.
I think, and I haven't heard much about the Brewers.
Don't have to, you're good.
In terms of their front office. Now, we're closer to Tampa. But like Tampa is in this. Tampa is a very well-run organization. I know the ownership group has just changed, but those guys have done a lot with a little.
Sure.
Right? Or less, at least, compared to everybody else. And they've been really, really good. Mm-hmm. I I feel like the Brewers are in that same way. I don't even know who their people are. Like I don't know who their GM is and their.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. Yeah,
but they even have they've even kept going after the whole council thing.
Of course,
which
man.
looked like it was like
Brooke Burrow. I thought that was it. Yeah, Craig Counsell breaks everyone's hearts because the whole thing, if you don't remember how it went down, is that he was going to take a year off to be with his family. Like I think he might have had a daughter who was graduating high school or something, so wanted to be closer to her. So the plan is that they're going to give him like a year off, then he's going to come back and sign a new contract with the Brewers. Well, during like that period where he's contemplating whether he wants to leave or not, he signs a fat, brand new, like most expensive contract ever for a manager in the Chicago Cubs, which happens to be your biggest rival, right?
And they're doing a good job too.
Oh, Brent, they're doing pretty good. Yeah, now they have a little more money to play with.
They do,
but they're doing good. The thing with the Brewers, which is crazy, is the farm system. Obviously, like they know how to scout prospects, but they call it the pitching lab. It doesn't matter if you're a washed-up has-been on another team. Like, as soon as you come to the Brewers and you have like a 5-point-something ERA, they'll get you down to a 2-point-something real quick. Yeah. Like, for no rhyme or reason, I don't know who the lead is of the pitching lab, quote-unquote, but they get so much dominance out of their pitchers, and it doesn't matter what the story is. It doesn't matter if you come off Tommy John surgery. It doesn't matter if you're on another team and you didn't play. Like, they know how to get pitchers, and they know how to coach them up properly.
It's pretty amazing that someone like the Yankees or even the Mets or whoever haven't just bought the Rays and Brewers people. Forget about their players. Like, just go buy their people.
Well, it's funny we're talking about this. I watched Moneyball on the flight back home last night for like the 10th time.
Oh, dude, it's a great movie.
It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why, because these guys, they build something with teams, and, Bean gets the contract offer from the Red Sox because they want to buy the A's and he declines. So maybe sometimes you don't think there's anything left of that because you see the players and you want the player to retire with their team, or you want, Reid, for example. You want them to take less. We want all of our favorite players to take less money to stay with the team because they treasure the team, the logo, the city, whatever, the fans. It almost never happens.
Correct.
But it still does happen sometimes.
Well, the money's too high in the player world. The money's not that high in the executive world. Well, right? I mean, like, it's not that big.
What was Bean's contract offer? I think it was $13 million, $12.5 million that he got offered to be the GM of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was making to be the A's, but I bet you it wasn't half of it.
Well, my guess is, though, he's also an anomaly there. If you make that same offer to 5 different execs, they're probably coming over.
I agree, but why? To Austin's point, I mean, the Brewers, the Rays print no names in their lineup card. Name me 3 guys in the Rays lineup right now, and they find a way to make the playoffs every year.
And this is why, like, and once again, obviously I'm a homer, but like this is why I've been such a fan of this Brewers team, because they are a direct reflection of their coach. Like the Brewers got off to an 0-4 start. They got slaughtered by the torpedo bats in the New York Yankees, and I think they were like 8 or 9 games below 500 to start the season.
They gave up like a dozen runs each one of those games.
Yeah, and then Pat Murphy has a meeting with like the first-year guys and like the younger guys on the team. And it's like a closed-door meeting. And there was a report, I guess, like Pat Murphy sat everybody down. And I don't want to say like he went ballistic, but he basically said, like, what are you guys doing? You're trying to hit home runs. You guys will never get over 20. Like, he even called he's like, you'll never get over 20 home runs. You'll never get over 15 home runs. So, like, why are we trying? He's like, we aren't going to compete with the big guys, so how about we play small ball like we're supposed to? That's why we're here, and we're going to grind out wins. And ever since he had that speech, it had a direct correlation, because then they started winning a little more. So, like, I appreciate a coach or a manager that knows what it is, right? Like, you know who you got, and then you try to get every ounce of talent out of what you got. And that's what the Brewers are right now. Like, it's not sexy. You're going to see some bunts. You're going to see some just randomly stole third bases every once in a while. And that's how they get the job done.
Well, I'll watch that every day.
Oh, Brent, that's right in Brent's wheelhouse right there. That's right in Brent's Q zone right there.
The Red Sox, by the way, do you see? I was just telling him, they lost on a catcher's interference yesterday in extra innings to the Phillies. Like, that's unbelievable. It hadn't happened in 50 years, apparently, or like 1969, mm-hmm. Which I've never heard of it. I've never heard of a game ending on catcher's interference. I mean, you get catcher's interference like once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe. But That's pretty wild that they lost that. I was saying this, and as we flip back to some football, but baseball's kind of fun right now. It's obviously fun for you. The Brewers are playing well. It's a little. I mean,
Andy, you doing okay? Still fun for you?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I'm still watching every night.
Hey, are you still watching your Braves every single night or not?
Pretty much, yeah.
I respect that, man.
I still watch at least. I try to catch 30 minutes at least, and I can't do a whole game.
I respect that,
But-
Brent.
I'm not locked. Yeah, no, he's.
Oh,
locked.
dude, if the Brewers had the Braves record, I'm out.
Yeah, I
I'm
actually
gonna see it.
I'm watching the Red Sox have won 10 in a row. They got my attention again. Anyway, like to watch the scores, not the games. Like I don't pretend here to be like this diehard Red Sox. But I would say for baseball in general, I like what's going on because the NL East, at least you got a race. The Central's been interesting. Yeah. The AL East is fascinating. The Dodgers are not playing great. Could they blow this thing in the NL West? And why aren't they playing well? Detroit's got a 10-game lead. They haven't been playing as great lately. It was like 14 at the break, I think it was, or 13, something like that. But so anyway, baseball's kind of interesting right now. And then you get the deadline coming up, and where are people going to move?
And I don't know what the Braves are going to do there.
And then you also have 5 guys, I think the boys were telling me yesterday, 5 guys on pace to hit over 50 home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamby, are you guys going to be in sell mode, or are you guys going to still try to compete?
I think we're going to be very selectively selling.
Selectively selling.
It's not going to be a sell-off.
I like that.
But it's going to be.
It could be.
It's
yeah,
almost going to be like a
like this.
repair, downsize, and hope that the guys you get in a version of 2021 when you got the Solaires and the Jocks and the Eddie Rosarios, get some cheap guys like that. What might have, but Ozuna's probably gone. So we'll see.
Okay.
He hadn't been playing the last week. He's been a healthy scratch because they've just been DHing Baldwin and Murphy, just 1 catches and 1 DHs, and it's worked.
Whoever those guys are.
Yeah, not going to be a fire sale. It's going to be more of like it's kind of like a little boutique sale kind of thing. Like, yeah, we might, hey, go ahead and have that. Yeah, I got you.
Anyway, back to some football stuff. We had who's going to be the camp darling for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is a twofold kind of question. All right, one, we'll get Casey's hopefully a little bit later on in the show too, but I think this comes from an undrafted. Like the nature of this question is undrafted free agent. It's because that's what happens. Like the fans get so excited after the draft about the undrafted free agents, like the diehard fans do, which I appreciate, and I also find kind of interesting that they do. But you just had 7 rounds and didn't make it, but we get really jacked up about getting the guy. So there's that, and then I think we can also couple this with who's going to be one of the stars of camp, and that could be a normal name guy. Like, that could be anybody that you have on the roster. So, who needs to go first? You want me to go first?
I mean, I have one.
You got one?
Good. Yeah.
All right. Well, who do you want to go? The Camp Darling or the guy?
I'll go Camp Darling.
All right.
Because this is a guy I've actually seen play before. Well, no, for real.
Wait, real quick. Austin, did you read your email this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Did it say undrafted?
Well, no. I just am now very concerned that you're going to say who I...
Oh, yeah. I didn't see the names.
You might have not have seen your return email. That's all right. Just go. Whatever.
Ahead.
If you got both the same guy, it doesn't matter.
Does it start with an E?
No.
Okay, yeah, we're good then, man. So this is a guy I've seen play before in person. Might have absolutely curb stomped the Murray State Racers, but I'm still going to go with him. Small school prospect from a big school type of head coach. Eli Mostert, defensive tackle, North Dakota State.
I did not know.
All right.
So that
There you
description is so
6'3",
funny.
294, ran a 5 flat.
I like it. By the way, I do think there's some room for somebody to star there.
Well, and I'm trying to think, like, what position theoretically could you get maybe a little rotation in? And maybe if he has like a crazy training camp, he can get some rotation in. So, yeah, go and give me him.
I thought until you said like small school, I was like, man, he's coming after my guy right away.
Yep.
And my guy is Eli Pankle, who I think people are going to fall in love with. Again, wide receiver.
Book of Eli's, by the way.
Book of Eli's right now. Mm-hmm. But people love this signing when it was undrafted, free agency. We'll see. They've got, by the way, they have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 receivers on the roster. So, I mean, that's a tough one to crack. But after the top 3 guys, it really gets interesting. Cephas on the depth chart. This is what's listed. Cephas, this isn't the Jags depth chart. Let me just preface. Cephas, Trammell, Washington, Parker meaning.
Yep.
Parker would be the next guy, probably 4th on the list. Trenton Irwin has a lot of people's attention as well.
The journeyman.
Yeah, but he has got people's attention. But I'm seriously, after Parker Washington, there's really not like a name like, oh my gosh, he's locked in, that I don't think anybody would say. Now, again, Irwin maybe would be that guy as a fifth, but we got to see it. Mm-hmm. So there's room for one or two receivers, I think, to splash and stick.
Okay.
And I think Pankle is one that people have really liked coming out of that draft process. And I'm gonna get on him right away. I'm on the train. I'm going to hype Eli Pankle up every camp practice
guy's gonna
there
be one
is.
of the best punt return gunners you're ever going to see.
10:45 every day on the Brent Austin Show. It's the Eli Pankle update.
Who's that going to be presented by?
I don't know. Republic Services. How about that?
Hamby, what do you got?
Recycling
Another
Simplified.
Eli?
No, I'm not going no E. You're taking the big receiver. I'm taking the small, shiftier one. I'll take Dorian Singer. He is 6 feet tall, but he's 180 pounds. Got a lot of speed, and he made a lot of plays in OTAs and camp, and I believe he even burned Travis Hunter on a play. So he's got my eye, and he played a lot of college football. I mean, he had over 2,000 total receiving yards, which isn't too shabby. So,
well, you and Liv put that in the chat.
Oh yeah,
put Singer in there. So there you go.
There we go.
We'll keep an eye on them. Okay, so those are the camp darlings for us. Write them down. I kind of wanted to pick Cam Camper just because it's a great training camp name.
Camper. I love it.
It's a great name.
The camp darling.
That's funny.
The boys were saying yesterday too on the trip home, like they like Jabbar Muhammad was one, the corner who played at Oregon and Washington.
Okay,
right.
And there's some room there now to slide into the corner if you can really shine. And we've seen it before, like that other guys have been able to do that. So, who else said Brooks? I can't remember who he said right now. But, all right, how about just in general? Who's going to be the camp star? That can be anybody. You said...
I think Dami Brown, listen, I think Travis Hunter is going to be the camp star because he's probably showcasing both of his skill sets on offense.
Well, he's going to be the
defense.
most talked about guy, right?
Yeah, for sure. But also, I think, the guy that's the most under the radar, that's not getting talked about a lot, even though Tony Baselli sang his praises immensely.
He did.
But before the draft, but then they drafted wide receiver. But anyways, still saying his praises immensely is Dwami Brown.
But you got Hamby.
I think I'm going to take Jordan Lewis. I just think there's going to be a lot of, eyes on him, and I think with his personality, that'll only, if there's anybody that's going to start a shoving match at training camp, I'll take Jordan Lewis, and I would love to see that. Yeah. I know they had like a very, very minor one, I believe in OTAs. Maybe we get a little bit of bigger one in training camp. That'd be great. It'd be awesome. When's the last time we had it? That's maybe we've had one in recent past. Brent, Austin, do either of y'all remember there being
a couple of dust ups, but not a lot of big ones. Like we haven't had big one, like big, that people are like pissed for a while at.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably
There's
since
always,
Austin.
like I always
every day.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't been that long. Like we've had some.
We've had a couple.
But
then Jared Odrick getting one. Well, that's long ago still. But
yeah, no, but I don't think. Honestly, I don't have one that I really remember. Anytime you practice with somebody else, it's going to be a little pushing and shoving. They resemble more baseball fights now than they do like real camp fights. I just think the coaches don't go for it anymore.
No,
and the veteran players really police it too. They don't like it at all.
Injuries, you can't do it. I'm just trying to imagine though in a world in training camp where Jordan Lewis and Travis Hunter go at it, and then like the next series, Travis Hunter's got to line up next to him and like play defense with him. Imagine like getting a play with somebody, then all of a sudden, all right, he's coming over here now to play some defense. All right, give me the calls. That'd be a crazy dynamic.
On offense, if I can have one defensive and one offensive. Well, actually, Brent, I'll let you go, so I don't want to take yours.
Throw special teams out there, too, while you're at it.
I know. I mean, you
coach to watch.
A third of the roster. Coach to
equipment
watch.
manager.
What are we doing?
Who are like the water boys and girls that everyone's talking about? Heard we got a brand new crop coming from Tampa. What do we got? 5 stars?
Crazy over exaggerating.
What are you doing, man? The question was simple.
No doubt Hamby has a hard time picking dinner.
You one of those, Hamby?
No.
Hamby,
really
who's more indecisive, you or your wife?
Ooh. Probably her, because she just doesn't really. She's up for anything, so she's.
No, that's not decisive.
That's
a problem.
Okay, so then she's more decisive.
Your wife is more indecisive.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are picking dinner, who's picking? Like, who has the final say? You know what I'm saying? I get, we're married, but like, someone's got the final say.
I'll say I'll have the final say.
Okay. Running a tight ship over there, Brent, in the Hamby household.
There's no doubt I have the final say. It's not. Well, it's not because I want it.
Because Steph refuses.
It's like we'll be on the road to like Metro Diner. Like, no. What if we go to Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls instead?
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's turn the car around.
Oh man.
You like that, Hamby? Throw that in there.
I do like it. I would also like to play
Metro Diner, by the way, will be at our Dream 18 golf tournament.
Nice.
There you go. I was going to say I would also like to play an offensive player if that's allowed on our
Please, what do you got, Hamby?
rules.
What do you got for us?
But Brent, please go first so I can pick somebody. Apparently.
Okay. So here's the guy I think who's the star of the camp that people are going to be talking about a lot more than they are right now, kind of the nature of this, but not the darling. The darling is the undrafted. I'm going to go with Devin Lloyd. I'm going to say people are raving about Devin Lloyd going into the season and the Campanile defense, how they're using them. The only problem with a little bit of that is the linebackers, running backs, obviously the trenches are tough to tell early in camp. So you got to get through the early phase of when you put the pads on, and then those guys can shine a little bit more. I'm going to say Devin Lloyd has a big August and has people talking coming out of camp, and we'll see if that translates to the regular season.
I certainly hope it does. I feel like, Austin, you said Devin Lloyd last year. Mm-hmm. So
did you
really? I did. I think
you did.
That's a pretty good memory.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I did.
That is a heck of a memory.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But like, and this is the thing.
It's in there.
No, I know, but I'm saying like with Devin Lloyd, if you go to PFF, if you go to like experts, like everyone's about him. Like they think he's like this high, and maybe he is. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to explain this. Like I think there's a lot of hype around Devin Lloyd right now, like going into this season. I don't know if it's necessarily warranted. You know, like did you watch Devin Lloyd last year and say, "Oh yeah, this is this guy's the." I mean, I know he had some he made some splash plays and everything.
No, I know exactly what
but
you're talking
about.
about.
I think Foye is like the far more consistent guy.
Oh, no doubt. Like, listen, I understand what
Lloyd's getting all the love.
I wouldn't say Devin Lloyd's hyped. I think that's a little over-exaggeration, at least from my standpoint. I get what you're saying, though, the context of it. It feels like people like me will be like, are still on the upside of Devin Lloyd. I think the PFF thing is fascinating because he comes out of those numbers and he actually grades out pretty well. Like, he was better than a lot of people.
He was ranked 24th out of all linebackers, all linebacking positions.
Yeah, which is
finished with a 76.7 grade, which is in the green.
So this is what's always fascinating about Devin Lloyd. The numbers showcase that. The buy-in on like, hey, I see the talent. I still believe in this guy from people like me. And then the fans aren't on him. So then there's that side. It's like if they cut him tomorrow, I don't think people would be disappointed from the fans. So what I do is I take all that, and the one thing that I still don't know if we know, and especially now because it's a new regime, is how they feel about him. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't fully know how the last regime felt about him. Mixing in because I think they have all those thoughts. Like, we could cut this guy tomorrow. We think he can be like a Pro Bowler. Like, I think they too have some of those thoughts. So what that marries up to me is inconsistency. And is this the year he figures it out, or they put him in a spot to figure it out and be consistent? And that's, I guess, the charge of this staff, Campanile and his staff, is to get the best play out of Devin Lloyd, which I don't think, and I don't think you would think or we think the bar is that high to do that. I think PFF kind of says, well, the bar's not bad.
Well, and once again, like, this is PFF, and you know how I feel about analytics sometimes. But, I mean, if we want to dive deep into it, you have Devin Lloyd, 76.7 overall grade. That's good for 24th out of 189 in terms of linebackers, right? You take Foye Oluokun, he's 68.5. He's 65th out of 189 in terms of linebackers.
It doesn't make sense to me. Because, listen, if the regime felt that way, right, Foye would have probably been cut. I don't know how his contract is. Maybe it's too hard to get out of. Mm-hmm. But you were Ingram and Kirk and guys like that were leaving. You could eat the dead money and whatever else. They were obviously willing to do that.
Sure.
So if they felt the same way PFF felt, they would have probably said, we're not paying $15 million for our linebacker. Now, they did go draft for the future, but that makes more of a business sense. I don't think that's how they feel about Foye versus, drafting Jack Kaiser or whatever else. So, again, I think there's a lot of what I would call market confusion when it comes to Devin Lloyd.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody, you can ask 5 different people, I think, and you might get that many different responses.
Well, and here's the one thing I'll say about it. Through all the confusion, through all the, once again, the analytics that maybe don't really make the most sense of how you justify Foye Oluokun being, 10 points worse than Devin Lloyd. But the one thing I think we can all agree on in terms of going into these analytics and everything, and once again, you know how I feel about him, but I'll say this. In terms of his pass rush grade, was an 88.0, which was 4th out of every linebacker for Devin Lloyd. And that was a big reason why I feel like he got the bump over Foye Oluokun. We know what Devin Lloyd's game is. We know what he's good at.
Yeah.
Guys athletic can get after the passer, right? So one would hope that Campanelli, maybe if you're a big PFF guy, you at least see that metric and go, okay, this guy can get after the quarterback a little bit. Hopefully we can use some blitzes to help him out there. Like that's what I hope. If you get anything from this exercise, it's that, we know what Devin Lloyd's good at, get after the quarterback, and he's also pretty damn good at, the run defense part. Now, coverage, he was towards the bottom in coverage. We all know this. It's nothing new. So hopefully Campanelli sees that and says, how can we use his athleticism? How can we put him in spots to succeed?
Yeah, I feel like we have this conversation every year.
Didn't we, Brent?
It's like,
didn't we?
Is this the group that's going to figure it out?
Didn't we?
This is the 3rd defensive coordinator we've had this conversation about Devin Lloyd.
Put him at safety, see what happens. Who knows, man?
Again,
Eric Armstead, defensive end.
We're not the smartest people in the world. Like, these guys do this for a living. If we're still asking the question 3 years later, can Campanelli be the guy that figures it out? Or can you just not have one without the other? Can you just not put him in enough spots and enough situations with enough playing time if he can't also cover to some degree and he just has to get better at that part? Well, you would know that answer better than me. I mean, can you highlight those 2 things that he does well and hide the one that he doesn't with enough snaps in the defenses that they want to run?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know the answer to that. I mean, I would think, why not?
Yeah.
But I don't know that.
No,
I feel like we saw him on a blitz like twice last year.
Yeah.
But we've been screaming for it since he got drafted in the 1st round out of Utah.
I know. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, wait a minute.
You're not wrong.
Why? So, I mean, hopefully Campanelli can tap into that and we see a little bit more from the naked eye instead of the hidden numbers. Because right now he's a hidden number gem, because that's what I call PFF. Like, we have no idea how these guys are great. You would never say he grades out better than Foye Oluokun.
No.
Nobody in their right mind would say that.
No.
So, all right. So, did you want to add some other names?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, just one.
Yeah. What else
Just one.
Just one. What do you got? I mean, 3 out of 90 is not bad.
I know. I think Jags fans will feel after this training camp that they should be drafting Brenton Strange as a top 5 fantasy tight end.
Thought about it.
Meaning the way that he's featured and the how many just volume catches he gets and collects in training camp as they work to get him up to speed and try to get him as their primary tight end, not just on the depth chart, but actually in the game plan. Fans will have almost no choice but to be like, holy cow, his usage is off the charts. He's making all kinds of plays. He's Trevor's go-to guy. He's Trevor's security blanket, whatever the case may be. Hopefully that translates to the regular season, but I just think training camp there will be a determined attempt to make sure that in every concept and every scheme, like, he is available and ready to be the primary guy, the primary pass catcher as the top tight end on the depth chart.
I can see that. I can see that in one respect because he might be the only guy there. But no, and I'm not dismissing what you said. Like, if you actually put it in the context of a guy on the Jaguars that could increase his fantasy football value more than anybody else, it probably is Brent Strange.
Yeah, I mean, after you got rid of Evan Ingram, absolutely, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So I thought about Brent Strange. The other guy I thought about was Bashal Tootin. I think people are going to really like seeing him on the practice field.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see stuff like, whoa, right? That speed's going to show up. So anyway, there's a lot of guys. Like you mentioned Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's a story of camp along with Trevor Lawrence.
Correct.
No doubt. But those guys should be the story of the camp. Again, Trayvon should look good, and Josh Hines-Allen should look good, and Brian Thomas Jr., quite frankly, should look good. So to me, it doesn't really fit this kind of conversation. Those guys should be the stars of camp. They're the stars of your team. But I do like your De'Ami Brown. I think is a great one. We'll see. Who'd you go with first before your offensive guy?
Jordan Lewis.
Oh, Jordan Lewis. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Lewis. And I'm fascinated to watch Lewis and Murray, how they add to that defense. Really am. And I got Devin Lloyd on that front. Let's take a time out. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. I actually just said, what's the story of camp? We know it's Travis Hunter. He's one of the stories in the NFL. Quite frankly, what is the story of this NFL season? I was watching quarterback yesterday with the Burrow stuff and Kirk Cousins and everything else. It got me kind of thinking, like, I'm wondering what the story of the league is.
How is Burrow, by the way? Good in it?
I thought he was good. Yeah, I can tell why you guys like him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Definitely. Storytellers of the 904. We started it last week, and we continue rolling out Dan Hicken yesterday.
That's the story, Brent.
And today, it is Greg Coleman. ActionSportsJax.com. You can watch the show 1 o'clock right after the show and 6 o'clock. Greg Coleman, I think one of the most underrated athletes to ever come out of Jacksonville. Fantastic conversation with Greg Coleman. ActionSportsJax.com. You can see all the editions of Storytellers of the 904, but you catch this one live at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock today on the network. That's presented by Nimnick Buick GMC, CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, and Republic Services. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jax 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Jerry Jones. I mean, he's back at it again. Ownership's interesting right now, huh? Cincinnati, did you see that one with that situation? And it's Shamar Stewart, right? And J.J. Watt jumping in on the whole Jerry Jones taking shots a little bit at Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons reposted that. But Micah Parsons did show up.
Yeah.
So he's looking for a new deal, and he did show up. Trey Hendrickson, by the way, did not show up today for the Bengals, reportedly.
Which, it's good for Jaguars fans.
Yes, stay out till week 3. Don't come back week 2 like Chris Jones did, please.
Yeah. Trey, man, you get that. I mean, Purdue, obviously a little biased here, but it's got to be so frustrating because you think about the Cincinnati Bengals, you think about their offense, right? You think about Joe Burrow, think about Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and they all got justifiably paid. And on the other side of the ball, you have a defense that is extremely porous, that gives up a lot of points, a lot of yardage, but you have one glimmering hope of Trey Hendrickson. And the guy is one of the most underrated players I still feel like in the NFL. And he's not getting his just due. Like I hope he does get paid, honestly, or he gets traded and then he gets paid someplace else because the guy's got the numbers to back it up.
Unbelievable.
Like
now, he's aging.
Sure.
But he's still got game.
Yeah. And say what you want about how, the Jaguars didn't handle the Josh Hines-Allen situation the best because obviously he basically gambled on himself, had 17.5 sacks. You had no choice but to pay him. But at least then they did pay him.
Yeah. Anyway, the NFL's wild right now. Jerry Jones. Do you think Jerry Jones would just stop talking? Would it be better?
Dude, yeah.
So anyway, that gets us into, I think Dallas is an interesting answer. Dallas is always a storyline in the NFL. But we know in Jacksonville, we can create 5 different storylines. But there are really 2 major storylines in Jacksonville, that are above everything else. Trevor Lawrence, because the quarterback's always a story, but specifically Trevor Lawrence this year with this group, year 5. There's a lot on. It feels like this is a massive year. And there's no hiding from that for Trevor Lawrence. And then Travis Hunter. How are they using him? Everything else. And that is part of the NFL story, but it's not the biggest NFL story. I can't imagine that's the biggest unless you guys think so. But we have, from an NFL standpoint, like, I don't know what the overarching big story is. The Eagles won. Okay, are they going to repeat? That's not an I don't think the whole world's talking about, are they repeating? Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh. How's that going to work out?
Yeah.
Dallas and their situations. Because they also brought in Pickens, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how's that all going to work out? Because you got Dak, you got Pickens, you got Parsons. I mean, it might be Dallas, and they coming off, a 7-10 season or something. Mm-hmm. So, are the Dallas Cowboys the story in the NFL to watch? Or are they just not good enough to quantify that, I mean, to classify in that?
Listen, if you put the situation in any other city with any other helmet, like, you wouldn't be talking about it as much.
You don't think so? You do think Dallas adds to it?
It's the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like, they're always...
But if it was the Giants, you don't think you talk about it?
No, hell no.
Really?
No. No. Nope.
I get it if it's like...
I think everybody knows it's a circus.
Yes. Like, it's the Dallas persona, right? It's the gift that keeps on giving. I do think it's one of the biggest storylines because Jerry Jones makes a habit of putting himself out there a little bit too much. I think it's a storyline because Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players, but also I feel like sometimes one of the most outspoken players in the NFL. Oh, yeah. So, like, that's going to be a combination for drama, and hey, let's wait and see what happens. I mean, a story that's not the biggest, but, like, I'll be interested in it just because of what happened last season is with the Vikings. Like, can J.J. McCarthy now, like, because keep in mind, Sam Darnold came out of nowhere and put up, like, a career year in that offense. Can McCarthy now come in and do exactly the same, or do they take a step back? Because then the thing is going to be, well, why'd you let Sam Darnold go? Dude tore the league. What do you have? He had 35 touchdowns last season?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that one, but that's a good one.
35 touchdowns?
That's great.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest storyline, is still the Chiefs in a slightly different way. I think it's, they got dominated in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Every time we've doubted them before, are they a dynasty? Are they a dynasty? They went ahead and won the Super Bowl. Now, the Super Bowl was the most they've looked human in almost 3 or 4 years. Because if it was in the regular season, it was just, it's the regular season. They dropped the regular season game to the Raiders. Okay, so what? And then they won 6 in a row. But you get dominated in the Super Bowl. It was what, 34-6 entering the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
I think it's like, this is, if they don't win it, here it is. I think it's going to be, if the Chiefs don't win it this year, it's over for them. And people are going to feel like, man, I bet against the Chiefs in the early years, meaning 3-4 years ago.
Brent.
Okay. And that's the stigma now. Don't bet against Mahomes. Don't bet against Andy Reid. Don't bet against the Chiefs.
Of course.
Now it's going to start to creep back in. Can we start betting against the Chiefs again?
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback off what you just said there, but I totally disagree with you. I think it actually is a domino effect of the major story. I think the biggest storylines of the NFL season really revolve around the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Because I think the door is open for them, and sooner or later, when are you going through it?
Right.
Like, how much longer can you wait before you don't go through it? You've got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, the MVPs of the league. They're the MVP. The quarterbacks really can't do much more. And you've been right there. And you can't win. Like, when does that... Like, San Francisco might have been in this boat, but they didn't have the MVP of the league and Purdy at the quarterback spot. Like, they've got superstars at the quarterback position, like Mahomes, like Burrow. I don't think Cincinnati enters this equation, by the way. They just haven't been there enough or to make that next step.
Sure.
But I think you talk about running out of runway for the Chiefs, because it might start to go, like, Kelsey back for one more swan song, probably, right? All that stuff. I just don't feel like the Chiefs. I think we know what the Chiefs are. I think the Chiefs are reading Mahomes, an underrated defense, and they're going to be there. I don't think they're even a top 5 team on paper in the NFL. I think the Ravens and the Bills have been better than them on paper, and they still can't win. And their quarterbacks are playing extremely well. So what's it going to take? I think again, I'm kind of putting two, but it's either one or the other. Like, who is taking over the AFC?
Yeah.
And is the window closing even for those guys, or are we going to say this every year that, they're back, they got another chance?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand Travis Kelce's on the back nine of his career now. Like, how much does he have left in the tank, right? He was a little bit of a shell of himself, some sort of last year. But, Hamby, I just think when you have a guy like Andy Reid and you have Patrick Mahomes who can be capable, because Patrick Mahomes wasn't even that good last year. Like to me, like, Brent, you said it. You have MVPs in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and you still can't get to the promised land. Well, then what's missing? It's not the quarterback play, and we always talk about how important quarterback play is, and yes, it obviously is. It's the most important position in all sports. But then maybe head coaching has something to do with it as well. Right?
You like those guys, don't you? I think they've done a good job.
Absolutely, I like those guys. But I think Andy Reid is a tier above those guys, Brent. Because because I'll take Ravens roster right now over the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
I'll take the Bills roster right now, and I can't name like two Bills wide receivers, but like I'll take the Bills roster over the Kansas City Chiefs. Simply because, talent speaks for itself. But you watch what Andy Reid has done with less and still get to the Super Bowl, it's like there's something to be said for that. Right? There's something to be said for how great of a coach Andy Reid is. And if you have Patrick Mahomes who's decently healthy, who can give you a top 10 performance every single year, I can't count out the Chiefs. I don't care if Travis Kelce's gone. I didn't care if Tyreek Hill was gone. It doesn't matter. Like, they'll find a way.
Yeah. I mean, Rice is in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
still at training camp.
They have this is why I'm not a good bettor. Because like I did this for 10 years with the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay,
it's over.
It's going to be over because it just doesn't work that way. Like the NFL doesn't work that way where you do it for 18 years. It doesn't. It's just not a league that operates that way. Well, the Chiefs are here we go again, and I'm going to bet against them. Mm-hmm. You played the trend the right way. I bet against them. But that's why I think the curiosity, who's coming to take it? Who's coming to take it? Your quarterback's played better than Mahomes. They played better than him. Mm-hmm. Like that was always, he can't beat Brady. Can't play better than Brady. Well, Mahomes is the new Brady, but I got two guys in the AFC, maybe three really. Burrow did too. Mm-hmm, three guys played better than Mahomes, and they still made the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like that's a problem. And maybe, the NFL will say, the NFL shows, if you ask ESPN, NFL Net, whatever, those shows will say Mahomes is probably the biggest storyline because he wasn't great last year. Like, is he going to get back to that? And I just don't really feel like, Mahomes is always good/great. And if he's not, it's not his fault. It's like he's there. Yep. I don't think we question that with Lamar Jackson at all anymore. Lamar Jackson's there. He's going to have a good season. Joe Burrow looks like he's going to have a good season. Josh Allen, I think he's going to have a good season. I don't think we question that. They got to stay healthy. It's really a matter how many games they win and when they win them. Like, are they going to win them in the clutch time? Mm-hmm. And that's been a problem, and we don't know why because, like you said, coaching's good, defenses are good. I mean, the Bills at multiple times have been like a number one offense, number one defense at times over the last handful of years. It's crazy. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's the storyline. I think, listen, you can go around the league and have a million storylines. I think another one in the NFC, I think maybe the one that's paramount to me, maybe because the Jags play them, is what is San Francisco?
True.
Because San Francisco went 4 years without, of winning the NFC or going to the NFC Championship game. Some they won, some they didn't. And then they extend Purdy now, but they've had some weird stuff happen in their receiver room.
Yep.
They're aging in some spots, but they still look super talented. I don't know. And they had a bad year last year.
Yeah.
So, where are they? Who are they? They could be, I think the gap, if you look at a team that could be super wide-ranging in the NFL, the gap is massive for those two. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, for San Fran. They could be, third in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they could be, in the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
They could probably even be, they could finish behind the Seahawks.
Yeah. So
they could easily win. You can see Christian McCaffrey having a bounce back. There's a lot of things.
There's some talk out of there that he looks awesome, right? Already, he's gonna be great.
By the way, speaking of looks awesome, your dude Lad McConkey looks pretty good too. People are now on Twitter posting photos of Ladd McConkey.
Ladd looking ripped.
And his varicose veins arms and looking like, yeah, Brent. Just saying, man. This guy's got
crazy stray.
This guy's got something to prove this year, Brent.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Hunter Renfrow was good for a little bit too. And
no. Hamby,
Brent, don't you
Hamby, I'll let you take this one. Hamby,
Ladd McConkey.
This is more your guy than it is
Future
my
Hall of
guy.
Famer to Hunter Renfrow.
Well, I'm just saying, one guy looked like he was selling car insurance. One guy looks like he should be in the cover Muscle and Health or Muscle Fitness.
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah.
Age 50 plus.
Jeez.
Unreal.
Sometimes, literally, man, sometimes I come on the show and I can't believe the hills that I wake up that I have to die on sometimes. Like, Brent, you were gone when we did the quarterback thing. I had to, I was almost in tears trying to defend Jalen Hurts as a top 5 or a top 6 quarterback to Hamby. I had to do that. And now I got to defend Ladd McConkey for no reason at all. It's unbelievable.
That's interesting on the Hurts. Did he say anything crazy like Kirk Cousins last year?
So to me, his craziest, well, he thinks his craziest one's Baker Mayfield. What number? 6, 7?
6.
I mean, okay, whatever. I get it after last season. To me, his craziest one is he had Hurts at 12 or 13?
11.
11. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't win a Super Bowl and you're 11.
He's won a Super Bowl and he's been an MVP candidate.
Oh, spoken like, by the way, MVP too, the Super Bowl, Brent. Super Bowl MVP.
MVP of the Super Bowl. I think this just came to mind. Can you name a player that's more overlooked in sports than Jalen Hurts? Because I do think, and I'm guilty of it too. I think there's stuff, I know where Hemby comes from on this. I think I know where people come from on this. It's
Haters,
the team is so good. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't sit there and rip it and throw. There's some games that don't look so great. Some of that passing stuff isn't great. But you also can't stop it. The other stuff, we always knew he was a great leader, all those things, and he's produced. He's produced an MVP kind of season and a Super Bowl, and an MVP in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a guy that's produced that much in, say, a 4 or 5 year span in sports that gets so overlooked as but.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was Purdy, but then Purdy didn't win the big one.
Yeah, he went to one of them, yeah.
Yeah, but Purdy's not overlooked. I guess there's some polarization on whether
Purdy's
he's going to be
very
the guy
overlooked.
That's fair. Purdy's
overlooked.
I would say rightfully so.
A lot of people said that contract. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
So yeah, I can see that. But once again, I think it's different tiers. Hurts has been to 2 in 5 years. Purdy's been to 1. Hasn't won one yet. Hurts on a different level.
Yeah, and Purdy, I think he was pacing pretty. Was there one year where people halfway through were talking, hey, he might even be an MVP candidate? Was that last year, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
But he never made it to the finish line like that. People still weren't talking about it. Hurts did. I think Hurts finished second in the MVP or something. Mm-hmm. So, and now has done it more consistently as well, I think, than Purdy. But okay, that's fair. I'm talking about any sport, guys. Is there?
No,
I'll give you a guy that I was just looking up his numbers either last night or today. Has been big on the trade rumor from the Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean, I went back and looked up his numbers. You would never guess that dude's got over 300 homers in his career. But he played for the Reds. He's played for the Diamondbacks. He's kind of been he played for Detroit, I think, early on when they weren't very good. And people are like, who? Mm-hmm. But I almost think that doesn't fit this category because I think people are so much who that they don't really know who he is.
That's true.
Sounds like a Brewer to me. Brent, let's go ahead and trade for him. Let's get him.
So anyway, I don't know of another. Is NBA? Does NBA have any of this? That would be Hurts comp.
Not because Hurts has been, listen, in his first 5 years, been in 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but Hurts just gets hated on so much for being for probably better than people think he is. Not too many. Usually we overhype guys.
Yeah.
There's not too many guys that we underhype. So I'm not necessarily saying it has to be in Super Bowl or championships.
Yeah.
I just think dude, look at the numbers. Look at the way he plays. People think he's not that good, but look at it. I don't know. I mean, did SGA get a little bit of this year during his MVP run?
Hammy, what do you think? Do you think SGA is the 11th or 12th best player in the league? Or?
No, he's better.
Okay. Don't take yourself off. Don't take yourself. No. You get back in here.
I'm trying to put the show over myself.
Yeah, I bet you. I know. We do have a big interview coming up.
Yeah,
Right? We should probably hit that break.
Coming up. So are we ready to hit a break? Should we hit a
Imagine
break
Coach
so
Coen getting bumped so I can defend Jalen Hurts in like 30 minutes.
I think he'd take it if you defend Trevor Lawrence. Maybe
There
not
we go.
Jalen
There we
Hurts.
go. Yeah.
Let's take a time out. We are scheduled to have Liam Coen join us coming up next, the Jaguars head coach here on the Brent Austin Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right?
That's right.
So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Jags get ready to go in the morning, 8:15. Camp starts. Can't wait to watch this edition of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Players reporting today, rookies, quarterbacks, some others have been there since the weekend. It is go time in the NFL and here in Jacksonville. Brent Martineau along with Austen Lane, Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network every day, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. And, we are happy to be joined right now by Liam Coen, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Appreciate him taking a few minutes. Summer vacation is over. Time to get to work. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of getaway time before it's go time, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austin. I really appreciate you having me on. It was great. It was good to get away as always and actually enjoy some family time, especially kind of the last 6 months for us has been a little bit of a whirlwind. And you go from the playoff game to the interview process and to moving. So we're still in the process of moving as we speak, but it was a great time, great trip, spent it with family and friends, and now we're ready to get back to work.
Yeah, family and friends, and now it's like you have 90 brothers, I guess, that you younger brothers. I don't think you had everybody older than you, but that joined the locker room and joined this Jaguars headquarters. We were trying to discuss earlier and figure out what's your message when you get everybody together, and how important is that message this time of year to then practice what you're about to preach? What are you delivering today to these guys?
Yeah, I think so much of what we're doing here is very consistent throughout the NFL, right? All other 31 teams are doing exactly the same thing, right? Very similar rhythm and routine, very similar goals in a lot of ways. The message for the team today is, what are we going to do to differentiate ourselves? What are we going to do? Each person in the building, each coach, each player, and what does that actually look like? And how much time are we going to take on sharpening that edge to ultimately allow that to be our team, right? Like everybody's edge. What's their best attribute? The things that they hold dear as a player and as a person. What does that look like? And that'll ultimately kind of depend on what this team looks like in a lot of ways. So, everybody's doing the same thing. And that's the message. Like, if we just go and do the same exact thing that we've done year after year and expect a different result, we're probably crazy. We've got to go and do it at a different level, at a higher level, with that much more intentionality and effort, because we're all doing the same thing. How are we going to differentiate ourselves?
Coach, when we talk about a message and a theme, coaches approach this differently. I've had coaches in the past when I played that they want to bring up the past and say, hey, we can't do that again. And then I've had coaches that go, you know what, the past it's in the past for a reason. Like, let's just focus on the future. Where do you stand? Like, do you use some of the things that have happened here, some of the painful seasons as motivation? Or do you just go and look, hey, this is a new regime, this is a new style, new philosophy, we're on to the future?
Yeah, a little bit more of the latter. We definitely have referenced, some of even dating back, we've shown highlights of 95, 96 seasons in terms of what that looked like when this place was rocking and this place was packed and, all the great players that have come through here. So we can't forget that, right? We've wanted to continue to educate our players on some of that history and tradition and success. We've also tapped into the playoff victory, coming back as one of the largest comeback victories in playoff history. And a lot of, there's players on this team that were a part of that. And so just tapping into some of those, traditions, moments, history that can, help lead us in the right direction. Ultimately, yes, this every year is a new year. And we know in this league, any given Sunday, anybody can win, right? And anybody can lose. And so the margin for error, as we know, is so small. And a lot of times you end up losing more games than you end up getting beat. Yeah. And that's the message. Hey, we've got to go from, hey, we may get beat. This is the NFL. You might get beat. But we've got to not beat ourselves and lose games. It's okay to get beat. Hey, that's going to happen. We've got to be able to learn from those moments, bounce back. And that's what ultimately training camp's about, is getting through adversity, working through the pain and the soreness and the heat, and go through all that and come out on the other side and see what kind of team we have.
How much progress have you made with Trevor in the offseason? Where you want him to be? Where is he at in terms of, some of the footwork things or fundamentals that you're working on, but also obviously the grasp of the offense and being the leader of that offense?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt Trevor did not just sit back and relax this summer. I wholeheartedly know he came back here prepared, ready to go. They just took 100-question quiz in the quarterback room 2 nights ago, and he did very well. And just, those are things that ultimately it's part of the process, right? This is the next phase, right? We had a little bit of a winter. We had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and now we're in training camp, which is ultimately just part of this process. And so been very pleased with his command in terms of understanding the intentionality of what we're trying to get done offensively. Learning new wideouts, new tight ends, new positions, new offensive line. Like, there is a lot of new for Trevor going on right now. I've been very pleased with his dedication to the process. And ultimately, man, the results will speak for themselves. Like, that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. That's what we're judged by. It's the process in which we hope that drives those positive results. But ultimately, we're going to have to work on that and see where we land.
Give us a sense of a question. Can you give us one of the questions on that 100-question quiz?
Yeah, what would be the can for Zemo to South right close F short, 17 TIF insert can, 16 SIFT?
That's why I was on defense, Brent. That's why I was on defense, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I just talk about it.
Yeah.
He has to be able to obviously visualize that play call, spit that out, understand why we're running that play or why we want to run the other play. And there's parameters around that. It's not just, I think this side's better than that. There's parameters, and we have to teach those parameters. He's learned those, and ultimately, hopefully, allow him to go out and have the tools to go play fast.
Your offense emphasizes the screen game. And again, I'm going to revert back to the past because I've been watching this for 17 years. This has not been a franchise that's operated well in the screen game, offensively or defensively, quite frankly. How hard is it to perfect? How good can you guys be at it with this group?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because we've always tried to find the balance as coaches on practicing the screen game, right? Like, it's hard to practice on air because there's so many moving parts, right? There's landmarks that we're trying to get to on screens. They're not just elephants on parade running out, right? We have landmarks where we're trying to catch the football, where we're trying to create the kick out, where is going to be the next block, where do we want the player to get to? Again, there's parameters that ultimately you teach, you drill, you coach, but you have to do them live. Like, you've got to do them in practice. You have to commit to using reps in practice on the screen game. And ultimately, the screen game is so much built upon, can your O-line adjust in space? Are they good enough to play in space and adjust on the fly and on the move? And also, do you have ball in hand players, skill players? And that those are things we do have. We have guys that ultimately, if you can get them the ball with a little bit of space, they can make a play. And that's exciting, right? Whether it's a running back, receiver, Brent Strange, like whoever that may be, I think that's a part of our game that we definitely need to continue to improve upon and use as a weapon, because it can be, and it also helps the quarterback alleviate some pressure.
I haven't been on the field in 11 years, but to hear the phrase "elephants on parade" is still refreshing. So I'm glad Coach brought that back into the scene here. Yep. Coach, since you've got here, I've been dying to ask you this question about one of your coaching performances from last year. And it was actually in a loss, but I think it was one of your most impressive play calling things that you had. And this was October 27th against the Falcons. And why I think it's so impressive, because the previous game, you lose Chris Godwin, you lose Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield comes out against the Falcons, goes 37 for 50, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Can you take us just back after that game in the Ravens, when you lose both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin for an extended period of time? What do you tell Baker? How do you get his confidence up? And how does he have that monumental game? Because I remember, there was fantasy implications for me, fantasy football. I thought for sure it was going to be a run-heavy game, and you guys come out and just pass all over the place. What was that game prep like? What was the conversation with Baker Mayfield like?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, I've actually looked back at that game so many times and have frustrations on my own about a few play calls that one of them actually ended in an interception. And, that's the torment that we live ultimately. But honestly, it was frustrating, right? We lose 2 of our best players in the same game. And, those are the moments, those are the times as a coach and as a team, as an offense, that you do have to trust the process, right? Like, yeah, we could have maybe gone and got a receiver off the streets or a free agent, or make a trade, and that would have definitely pleased me in the short term. And I can't lie, I was probably frustrated with that at the time, but that was something that ultimately helped mold the rest of the season. Was that kind of game plan, and that game, though we lost, helped. Man, this is our job truly as coaches, to adapt and adjust to our personnel. Like, that is what coaching is in its purest form, and doing what our players do best, the ones that are available, because these are ours. We didn't go find somebody off the street or go trade for somebody. So that was an all-in deal, right? Cade Otton became a huge part of the game plan, and 21 Pony became much more of a utilized personnel grouping. And, that was one of those games that I thought Baker played his tail off. I mean, 50 throws was probably a little bit higher than where I'd like to be from a balance standpoint. And, look back, probably could have ran it, but they definitely made a commitment to stop the run that game. And it ended up being one of those types of ball games where you got to throw it to win a little bit. And, that was definitely where you saw Baker take over and take a next step in his progression.
I can't wait to watch 21 Pony. We got to let you go here. And let's go quick hitters. Are you guys pretty healthy coming in?
Yeah.
Other than Gardeck, I think, is physically unable to perform. Is everybody going to show up, first of all, and are you pretty healthy?
Yeah, that I'm aware of. They're all showing up today right now by 1 o'clock. So I haven't gotten any surprises as of right now. So, I think we're pretty healthy right now. I mean, like you said, Dennis will be, start on the pup, and then, hopefully come off here shortly and be able to give us some meaningful snaps. So, I think the guys are excited. We'll see today. Obviously, this is going to be a grind, as we all know, but there's definitely some excitement in the air, I think.
Hey, did you see this kid's catch from Mandarin High School? I mean, did it enter the building, and is this one of the best catches you've ever seen for Bryson Wright, a local kid?
What a great catch, man. I mean, unbelievable. I was looking at him. He's like 14, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his legs are...
They say he is.
I was looking at this kid like, man, when's he coming out? Geez, like, look at him. I mean, he's got good stride length, man. He's like, fighting contact. What an unbelievable play. I mean, it's just cool to see, obviously, continuing to grow the game, right? I mean, that's what it's ultimately about. And you're getting more people at a young age playing the game, I think is really cool. And to see Jacksonville obviously on the map that way is pretty nice to see as well.
I made the comp, though. Travis Hunter has body control that's crazy. That kid kind of showed off. I'm not trying to compare him to Travis Hunter. I'm just saying, but that's what you guys rave about Travis Hunter, his ability to do things with his body that's just not normal.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really difficult thing to coach, right? I mean,
yeah.
Either you kind of have it or you don't, and obviously our guy there from Mandarin has it, and he'll definitely be on our radar over the next couple of years.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, lastly, this is for the Rhode Island folks. Did you go hire a Cumberland High School football coach, Josh Lima, I guess, out of there? And what's that like to be able to give these guys opportunities? You got the opportunity at one point, but now you're in a position to give these guys opportunities. What will he do on your staff?
Yeah, so he'll be kind of working with the equipment staff, kind of headsets on game days. He'll be in the building essentially almost as a coaching assistant, right, offense, defense, special teams, whatever, anywhere we need help, right? This is something that has been a dream of his for a long time. I've always wanted to have the opportunity to be able to hire him at multiple different spots, and it just worked out from a timing standpoint that it worked out this time, and super, jacked up to have him in the building. And obviously when you can continue to grow the game, like that's what it all is, right? I mean, giving people opportunities, whether you're from high school, college, wherever it is, to be able to come and work your tail off and ultimately get a chance. Really, that's what this is an opportunity for him to get in, to get your foot in the door, because that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
is what I learned was getting your foot in the door, having a contact that will actually stand on the table for you and bring you in. Now it's your job and responsibility to stay, but it's much harder to get in. So really excited to have Josh here with us.
Coach, I got one last question for you. I'm not going to let Brent hog this interview. I got one more for you. In 2023, the Bucs were last in yards per carry. You take over in 24. They were third. What percentage of that was scheme? What percentage of that was talent? And what percentage of that was attitude?
I think that's a great one. You look at those three things. I do believe it was an absolute combination of those three things.
For sure.
You already had a confident unit. Right. They'd gone to the playoffs the year before. They won a Super Bowl in 2020 with Tom Brady. There was already confidence and attitude within that team. There was. Yes, we tweaked a few things, added a little bit more motion, so a little bit different variety in the run game, and then insert Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
That was the O-line was ready to do that. Right. They were primed to take that next step. We ended up doing a little bit more gap scheme, which kind of fit our personnel a little bit better. But ultimately, when you have a guy that could make people miss behind the line of scrimmage and move it forward, that's, again, something that is difficult as a coach to teach. So I do think it was a combination. And the one that probably was the most impactful was the attitude, was the mindset, was all 11 were bought in to that mindset and mentality very early on. When you go back and look at our first game against the Washington Commanders, and Mike Evans is going and digging out safeties, in the run game. And just that was when you knew, okay, we've got something here, because our best player is showing and setting the standard and doing it right. And ultimately, it continued to lead, and we didn't quite figure it out till like 4 games in, like who we were going to be. And credit the players and credit the staff that we did have to be able to kind of make that change and that shift. And ultimately, it's something we need to do here as well.
We need a yard, man. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. We need a yard around here. Haven't been able to get it in the last few years. Liam Coen, good luck with today's message. Good luck with camp. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Appreciate you taking a few minutes.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
That's Jaguars head coach Liam Coen. Appreciate him. Down at Jags headquarters, said 1 o'clock. Everybody be there.
Yeah. Let's get it, man.
Could ask him $1 million.
Almost lost my. I had to get my second question in. If I only got one question in, Brent.
3. You got 3.
What was the?
You told me you only had 2.
What was my third question?
You had one started off from the jump, and then you had your Bucks question.
What was the first question? I guess I'm tripping then.
Yeah, what was the first one Austin asked?
Oh, there were definitely 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was early on.
All right. Right on, man.
Yeah. You told me you only had 2. You added. Which one did you add?
I guess I added the first one. I had 2 written down.
You had a good. The first one was good. Like, what message are you going to look in the back?
Oh yeah. That wasn't. That was just. Yeah. That was just piggyback.
You were just warming up.
I was piggyback riding on that one, man. That wasn't even a question. That was more just like, yeah. Yeah, that was good, man.
He's good. We appreciate Coach and the Jags for helping us set the table for camp tomorrow. The thing I think that's going to be relatable. I believe that's going to be relatable. The one thing that you get from listening to Coen all these different times now, we've talked to ever since he's been in Jacksonville. And I think you get a little bit of this at Gladstone as well, and we know this about Baselli, is they love ball. They just feels like they love talking ball. They love the nuance talking of ball, Like, I think he really appreciates questions about that, like that question about the run game, those 3 different aspects.
Yeah.
And what goes into it to make, the pieces of the pie.
Yep.
Right? And so and now listen, I'm not telling you that Doug Peterson didn't or Urban Meyer didn't or other people did. They love ball. I mean, but I just like, I don't know if it's the refreshing way they say things or more willingness to talk about some of the in-depth stuff. But I think you could sit at a bar, and they're not going to be like, hey, I want to talk about my golf game instead. No, they'll talk ball all day, which reminds me a little bit, Hamby, of like baseball guys. Like that's a fun part of baseball guys that really know stuff for me is because like they know so much more. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, that's fun to talk and listen to them talk it and the way they say it and just like some of the terminology even used. I feel like we have more of that in this building right now than we've had.
Sure.
And I don't know if that's because I think these guys are a little bit smarter or if they say it a different way. Like, I'm not really sure why that hits my ears differently than it has in the last 17 years. But it's definitely different to me. I don't know if it is for the fans or you guys, but it definitely feels and sounds different. Doesn't mean anything on the scoreboard. Just feels different.
They're way more willing to talk about even shallow versions of conceptual ideas. I mean, if you would, I think it's fair to say, Austin, if you ask that question to Doug, you're going to get a 5-second answer, and it's going to be sent right back to you.
Wouldn't understand it, man.
Like he would either go that, or it was. And
I'd be try me, but yeah,
you're just not going to get. You can tell when a guy is answering a question that just answer it, and when he's actually trying to explain something to you and he's enjoying what he's saying.
Yes.
And there's a huge difference in the two things. It's very obvious. Last year we had a guy in the last 3 years who, it's not like, I'm not saying he was unkind. He just wasn't, he just preferred to be doing a lot of other things, and it was pretty obvious.
So Liam Coen mentioned something early on in the interview that I perked up a bunch and I loved. And it's something that I can honestly say of the 5 NFL coaches that I was in a locker room with never did this. And it's something that I've told the story before that Bill Belichick and the Patriots used to do. They're watching film from the 90s of the great teams. They're understanding the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And by history, I mean, the good years, the expectations of what came before you. I've never been on a team that did that. I've heard stories. I've heard stories. Once again, if you don't remember the story, I have a former friend, a former teammate, former friend that went to the Patriots. Goes to the Patriots the first day, walks to the door. Bill Belichick's there to greet him. Bill Belichick looks at the wall because there's a wall of Patriot greats, and he goes, "Who's that player right there?" Guy doesn't know who he is. Bill Belichick goes ballistic and goes, "You have to memorize this entire wall by tomorrow. If you don't, your ass is out of here."
Yeah, I remember that story.
Not an embellishment, not an exaggeration. This is back when the Patriots were winning Super Bowls, by the way. That's what the culture is.
The Patriot way.
That's what the expectation is, right? That's how you build a culture right there. The fact that we got Liam Coen, by the way, his first year during OTAs and minicamp, because we're not even in training camp yet, and we're watching the Jaguars of the old who played the game the proper way, who had a lot of success. I like that, man. That's bridging the gap. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm sure Tony Baselli is a pretty big fan of it too.
I would say Tony Baselli probably has some sort of say in this whole thing, and it makes sense.
But that's the kind of things that we were so excited about getting Baselli in there.
But that's how you build the culture, Hamby.
Exactly.
Like that's making the logo, making the name mean something.
Okay, I can appreciate everything you guys are saying, and I like it. But I go back to recent memory. Doug was doing some of this in 2022 as well. Okay. Like he did. He was. I talk about these Saturday night meetings where he's showing videos of the Titans and everything else, and pretty much the curse of the Titans over the last 25 years, or things like that. Road games, win out west, other deals. So I think he was tapping into some of that.
Did he do it in the preseason though?
And I don't know that. Yeah. That's a good question. Here's what I'm fascinated about. And I thought about this a lot in the last couple of days with even Liam coming on. I think when you're in his position, especially as a first-time guy, just think about the stuff running through his mind this summer, probably even when he got the job. But everything was going so fast. But now he's had a chance to sit back and say, okay, what have we done? What do we still need to get to? Where are my message points? Kind of our conversation earlier. You don't wait around and say, hey, I'll give them this message in 6 months or in year 2. No, like you do it now. Like everything goes into place right now. There's a lot to consume. So how do you what do you put in that? Because you can't overload it either. And so I do find it fascinating that already they're tapped into the fact, and this might come from Baselli, but they didn't wait to see the crowd that comes out for the Carolina game to tap into, let's make the crowd like it was in the late 90s. You know, that's my point. Like, I think that's pretty good.
No, this wasn't like we're playing the Titans. Let's throw like the highlight films, the Titans whooping our ass. Like, it's nothing like that. It's not necessarily even based in motivation. It's based in history.
Yeah.
It's based in pride, and that's different. Like every team's going to use some sort of videos from the old to try to motivate their players to play well, right? Or to find that little extra whatever, right? But not every single team. Once again, none of the teams that I played on actually just started training camp by saying, "This is what the past looked like. This is where we come from." You have to have some appreciation towards that. I enjoy that. I like that. I celebrate that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I think you take the whole thing in totality. And again, you've got guys that have lived both in that locker room that can help spread that message for you too. Trevor and Josh Hines Allen, they've seen
all sides.
Pretty much all of it. Outside, I mean, they've seen pretty euphoria too. I mean, the Chargers win was euphoria. It didn't come later like in the divisional round or anything else, but it was like epic.
But they haven't seen consistency.
Well, you're right. They've seen everything but consistency. And I don't know how I guess that's how part you build the culture.
Correct.
I don't know in Jacksonville how you can showcase consistency, I guess, outside of those early days.
90s,
right?
man. Yeah, they did it.
Basically. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Overall, just in case you jumped in late, it looks like pretty healthy. Gardeck should be okay, he said, but starts on physically unable to perform list and expects everybody to be there by 1 o'clock today. We did talk a little bit about that message to the team, and then we try to dive in a little bit more on Trevor and the screen game and the run game, which are going to be real focal points of this offense, we think. And I'm fascinated with the screen game because it, from a football standpoint, from a football fan standpoint, looks so simple.
Yeah.
And, man, have we struggled with it in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. Now, it got better in the last few years, offensively, and even sometimes on defense. But there was a long stretch where it was just, I remember screaming. Like, like on Twitter.
It's been a running thing on the show for years.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but he really emphasized it. And they got the guys in place, I think, that can do it.
Yeah.
Ball in hand.
He likes that ball in hand stuff.
Yeah,
players over plays, but I think I think they have the guys to do it. It's one thing if you wanted to come in here and say, hey, we want to do the screen game, but we have, whoever.
Yeah.
They got dudes that really you can get excited about once that ball does get in their hands.
Yeah.
And the quicker you get it there, the more stuff can happen.
I think another takeaway, too, from the interview, and the biggest thing that we got to wait and see on is he talked about the Buccaneers, how when he got there, it was already kind of in place. Like, they didn't have a good year the prior year, but you're coming off the Tom Brady Super Bowl. Yeah. Like, they had the veterans. They had the leadership. They had the grit already in that locker room. This team may not have as much of that. So I guess the question is, how do you manufacture some of that?
Yeah, because he said it about the offensive line. The offensive line was ready to go.
Yeah.
Is this offensive line ready to go?
It's hard to say that after last season.
And they were almost just waiting on Bucky Irving.
Yeah, and they changed it. And they didn't even know that right away, but then they figured it out. I do think they have the capability of maybe having a Bucky Irving back there. Like a guy, between Etienne and Bigsby and now Tootin. I think they can find a guy that can do maybe some of those things. Like you lean on that, and you can lean on scheme. What you really don't know, to your point, is, okay, where is the offensive line where it was in Tampa? Well, you don't have Tristan Wirfs.
Correct.
So, no is the answer. But even from a mentality standpoint and everything else. So, we'll see how it shakes out. That was Liam Coen, Jaguars head coach. He gets ready to roll tomorrow morning. So do the Jags. Will be out there at camp, of course. Let's take a time out. Noon hour ahead on the Brent Austin Show. We'll talk a little bit more ball. Maybe get Casey's picks for a darling in camp and a star of camp. We gave you ours. We'll revisit that on a cloudy day here in the River City. And football is back in the morning. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, Nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
It's fast-paced.
Hands off on first down, and there goes Edward Vander.
High fly.
Wide open receiver. It's caught.
Action-packed. Weekend fun. Fun for the entire family. It's the Jacksonville Sharks. I feel like anybody could play in this league. It's gotta be like backyard football, right?
Whoa! This ain't the Arena League, Brent. This is the indoor league, and they play defense here.
It's a lot safer to just watch the professionals play. And watching is a lot of fun. A party in the stands at the arena for kids and adults. And it's indoors. Get out of the heat for the summer and watch the Sharks shine inside. Jacksonville Sharks football, season number 15. It's the Drive for 5, and it's still alive. Get your tickets at jacksharks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back here to the Brent and Austin Show on a Tuesday, just hours before the Jaguars will hit the field and get ready for the season. Training camp 2025. And Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Casey Kurt's going to jump in. Jason Hamby, we got the gang together. All right here.
It's a
Casey Kurt's going to jump in. Jason Hamby, we got the gang together. All right here.
It's a rarity, baby. Take a picture. Remember this moment. Oh, and we pros. Yeah.
Just let it fizzle out. It'll be fine.
Okay.
You need this camera to go? Yep. There we go. How's that look? Amby, you let me know. I'm moving cameras around for Casey to jump in. Yeah, we froze for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then we figured it out. That's what we do for now.
Mm-hmm. Story of our show.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we picked darlings of camp. We'll give you time. We're not going to put you right on the spot.
Casey, when you listen to the show, do you already have some darlings? Okay, yep.
I put it in an email.
I don't check my email.
Come on, Brent. Emails, man. Brent, you start texting again, man.
So just to be clear,
sometimes I don't know whether to text because I don't want to wake you guys up late or whatever.
Oh, phone's always on silent, man.
Just to be clear, this is the bit where we pick a guy that definitely gets cut.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
That's the idea. Probably definitely gets cut or is on the practice squad.
Yeah.
But we think he's going to be Michael Irvin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yep.
I get that bit
listen,
together.
we've had some of that. We had Keelan Cole. We had Alan Hearns.
Yeah.
So.
But Alan Hearns, he had that year, man.
Isn't Dewey that? Wingard?
Yeah.
He's been there, what? Wingard's been here a long time, though.
Yeah.
Established.
So, I mean, you do find these guys.
Holy cow. You know how many receivers they have on their roster
They
currently?
do have a lot. Do you guys like the Trenton Irwin pickup? Do you think could that pay dividends for them?
I mean, I
think he'll make the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
he played for the Bengals. He scored for the Bengals.
I know. Well, that's why I say that because he's got some track record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it breaking news that the guy from I forgot the guy's name even, the Cardinals guy's on the pup, right? All right, never mind.
Cardinals guy.
The guy that they got from the Cardinals.
Gardick.
Yeah.
I don't, if I heard correctly, it didn't sound like he was overly
nothing
concerned.
serious.
I think it was part of the plan. You know, usually when
he tore his ACL in October, so they
you
knew.
knew this isn't surprising.
Yep.
And usually you have that where they know it's going to start. I'm trying to think of recent memory, even like last year. Usually guys coming off a significant injury like that. So I would suggest this too. He's a veteran guy.
Mm-hmm.
So how much he has to factor in immediately. I'll tell you who they did this with last year, wasn't it? Armstead, coming off injuries.
Yeah.
He really took slow early on.
Yep.
He played in week 1, though.
But he did play. Yeah, I think, wasn't there that was a story last year, wasn't it? Was there
100%.
concern about what Doug was saying that if he was even going to be, because they were referencing the back end?
Yeah.
I do remember that conversation?
Yeah, they're trying to just ease him along.
He barely did much in training camp. He did almost all individual stuff.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, Amby.
I don't know what either one of you guys just said. I got a feeling. I got a feeling yours wasn't.
Go back and listen to it. Yeah.
I got a feeling I know where yours went.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brent. Come on now.
But I do remember that being a conversation and he did play out of the gates.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my point is, at that position as a veteran guy, from a depth standpoint, there's no concern there. I think long term.
Correct.
I think the Jags will. They knew what they were getting. They were confident in whatever the rehab process is. But overall, I think that's a really good spot to be, and that's a major storyline. It's like you don't want to talk about it that much, but it's a major storyline. Is how healthy they are going to be a month from now, coming out of camp.
Sure.
I mean, that's really. They have to get lucky. That's the lucky essence of this. They have had bad football. They've maybe had bad coaching. They've had a lot of bad things. But part of it is they've been hurt for the last year and a half in key spots. Nobody likes that as an excuse, but it's the reality of it. and they can't afford that. Trevor has to stay healthy. Their key guys have to stay healthy. They don't have enough stars to hide that. I'm not sure anybody does, though. I mean, you take a look at San Francisco, the guys they hurt, they didn't perform great. And I think that's just naturally going to happen for just about everybody, and especially when you're kind of like who knows how good you are team.
No, and listen, if you have success, that's where the culture comes into play. We talked about it yesterday a little bit with Dan Campbell. Their defense had fourth stringers pretty much top to bottom, and they still kind of found a way to at least be competitive and help out their offense to win a lot of football games. Now, they didn't win the big one, but that's what it comes down to, man.
What?
Is Hamby playing something?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing something.
What are you playing, Hamby?
Oh, my bad. I was trying to put out a clip from Coen.
Oh, thank you. At least you're working on the show. Did you know it was Coen? I can hear it in my ears. I don't know if anybody else can hear it.
No way.
Oh, you can't? Oh, nobody else can?
Dude, you didn't hear him drumming the first segment? I just let it go. Like, he was drumming. Hamby, be honest, were you drumming the first segment? Or like the first hour?
I can't answer
He
honestly
probably doesn't know.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, you'll draw a little bit over there, won't you?
I just kind of.
Oh, no, you'll do that. You draw.
I don't do anything.
Yes, you do. You draw. You scribble on stuff.
I'm here for 1 hour and I sit here. What are you talking about?
Oh, nah, I'm just saying,
Yes, years ago. You are correct.
Yeah,
when I was bored out of my mind, when
like
you guys
what's
were arguing, I just went like this.
Yeah, no, Hamby's doing that.
Yeah, like he does this.
I heard that, man. But you know me, man. I'm starting to be a pro now. I just bypass it. You know?
I'm starting to be a pro now.
We have
pro.
Well, we have rookie over here. Are you playing something, Hamby? I'm like, yeah, I heard it. I'm just, I'm going with the flow. Brent's trying to call him out now.
Well, I was curious. I'm like, am I playing something underneath my computer
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
that I can't hear?
Yeah.
I figured it was Hamby. But as long as nobody else can hear it, now they have no idea what we're talking about.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. All right.
Have you found anybody?
Yeah, give me BJ Green the second.
Heck yeah, baby.
Wide receiver?
No, not even close. Defensive tackle.
Ooh,
you're going toe-to-toe with me, man.
Who you got?
I got the cat from North Dakota State. Eli.
He's no...
Dude, what are we talking about? Like,
Hey, I got Eli as well.
I know, Brett's got Eli, too.
Which one,
We have
buddy?
two Elis.
Eli, you got Eli must start?
Must start. Eli must start. Gotta start him.
Dang.
Campanelli, you listening?
My guy's tiny. I didn't realize that. BJ Green's only 6'1".
How much do you weigh?
270. Big.
Okay.
Your guy's 289, 6'3". Who you got?
Prototypical.
You got Eli most start too?
6'3",
No,
289.
the receiver.
There's two Elis?
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pankle. Looks good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looks good.
He's a guy, people. And,
Rookie out of Duke.
And who did you have, Hamby? Singer?
Yeah, I got Dorian Singer.
6 foot, 181. Rookie out of Utah.
There we go.
All right. Give me BJ Green.
BJ
the second.
Green. All
Don't
right.
be confused with the first.
We're going to pump the heck out of BJ Green the second and try to make him.
Don't let BJ Green get a tackle for loss in training camp.
Yeah.
Don't let my guy do anything either. I forgot his name, but they don't let him do anything.
That's why when you go to practice, you got to give us an update on your guy. I'll get the numbers and I'll circle them all, and I'll make sure I try to give a report on every one of you.
Yeah, okay, got
each
it.
Day.
Casey, what number is Mostert again?
He actually. Oh, Mostert.
Well, we don't know the numbers yet.
Well, okay. He's white. Right?
We do have numbers. Okay. He's white.
What?
Yeah, my guy's 13.
I got it. What do you mean? I gotta know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah, he's white.
I don't know his name.
He's number 67.
Oh, change it. Change that.
Change that.
You'll know.
Offensive lineman.
You'll know it's him, bro.
Oh, no, when I see him.
Yeah,
like that. Hey, there's no 67 that's like making waves in the NFL at defensive tackle.
I just want to tell you, BJ Green second, 95.
I don't like it.
95 is a good number.
Okay, it's got some swag.
That's up his odds.
It's got a little swag.
He's going to be 4 or 5 inches smaller than everybody, but that's okay.
I mean, this is going to be a running thing now for the past 3 or 4 months, where it's going to be BJ Green versus Mostert to see who's. Yeah, can't wait.
That is the idea of it. Nobody picked Sal Wormley, the only offensive line undrafted free agent. Sal would have been a fun one.
Sal would have been good.
We wouldn't know how he's doing.
That's a good point too.
You can get some. You can.
Well, when he's out there getting beat by BJ Green the second, we're going to know.
What does PFF say about his practice
numbers? But that's what I was going to say. It might be better because you can really yell loud about Sal Wormley's been looking awesome in camp, and nobody knows if you're right or wrong.
Or you're not saying his name, so it's a good thing, right? Is anybody talking about Sal Wormley? Nope. He'll be a starter.
We will see who shakes out. We did do stars at camp. De'Ami Brown. I had Devin Lloyd. And
Hamby had the entire Jaguars.
Apparently had the entire roster. Casey, I got roasted for picking two players, one on defense, one on offense.
Hamby had, who do you have, Hamby?
I had Jordan Lewis and Brenton Strange.
Jordan Lewis. Why do I keep forgetting that? Because you had picked so many of them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, man.
One more.
Is there a guy we know that's going to have a big camp?
BJ Green the second.
That's a guy we don't know. You can't include Trevor Lawrence and like Travis Hunter in this conversation either. Like that doesn't count. Would you lay a little wager on something?
Well, yeah, but probably wouldn't. Ogba.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be refreshing. That'd be good. Good to see.
Yeah. Why not?
I saw an article. I don't know how much the ESPN's doing all these articles now, like what's like a strength and what's a weakness and blah blah blah. And I think the article had like their pass rush as a strength of their team.
The Jaguars?
Yeah. And
makes sense.
Well, yeah, with Trayvon and Josh. Of course. But what's interesting is they backed that up with like the depth. With the Ogbas and Gardex and Smoot, they mentioned obviously those signings. So it's interesting if the Jags turn that into from a major weakness into a pretty good strength of their team, basically in like really what felt like a weekend. Because they didn't draft anybody, so they went and got Ogba, and then in a couple of days later they bring back Smoot, and I don't know where Gardeck was in the I don't know how long the time frame was, but this has been something we've been yelling about for years.
Of course.
And it now might be a strength of their football team that they've got pretty good pass rush depth.
It's been a long time.
All in 1 week.
I think it was like in the same day or two.
Yeah,
Smoot,
I think you're right.
Gardeck and Ogba, because Ogba was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming. Like we begged for this last year. You didn't get it. We saw, set aside from Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen, there was a lack of rush production or pass rush production. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Smoot back. I'm excited for Smoot.
Yeah.
Right? Because if he can kind of replicate a little bit what he had in Buffalo, I think they're going to be drastically better.
Yeah, I would say right now that is a good part of their football team. I think receivers are a really good part of their football team too, but it's top heavy.
Running back.
Well, it's just unproven.
Running back.
Aside from top heavy.
Yeah. Running back is good. I think the answer here is if you could pick one that would be better than we think, based on the moves they made, is offensive line. Can McCarry and Hainsey come in and be really good selections for them? And they're like, wow. Like so we look at their the draft and say, hey, where are you getting your 5th, 6th round picks, 7th round picks, whatever it is that's going to contribute? That's what the Rams have done with Puka Nacua or Bucky Irvin we brought up. I actually think for this year, maybe the people that really shine for the Jags that proved to be good moves are their what I would maybe call BC level free agency moves for their pass rush depth and center guard.
Yeah.
On their offense. I mean, if those two guys play well.
Yeah, for sure.
This thing's probably okay.
Sure.
Hopefully better than okay, but yeah.
If they don't play well.
It's bad.
It could be really bad.
Correct.
Then running back doesn't look as good, then the receivers don't look as good, then your
quarterback doesn't look as good.
Trickle-down effect.
Quarterback might be hurt if they're bad.
Yeah.
So, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I think, and what we just had Liam Coen on, and Coen said the switch. Austin asked him about like the run game switch from 23 to 24, and he brought up their offensive line was kind of ready to roll. Like their offensive line was established, Tristan Wirfs and stuff, but they're like you could see it brewing. The way I described what he said was more like, like in 16 to 17 with the Jags. Like you could see there was some talent on the Jags. Like you had it there. You weren't just like grasping at straws. And that's what ended up happening for Tampa last year. It's like, hey, they actually played to their potential.
Yeah. I can't really get over the fact until I see them play football that the center that he benched, he brought here to start.
I know.
I still can't get past that, and I don't think I'm going to get past that until he's like manhandling people.
That's fair.
Because the run game got better in Tampa year to year, but they benched a dude and brought in a different dude, and then the run game got better. So, I've got my fair amount of questions on that one.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'll wait and see.
Well,
I can't be alone on that, right?
No, I think when you put it that way, I think there are a couple of things that are put this way. Everett Ingram and Christian Kirk are gone.
Yeah.
Like you could say, okay, how can you be better in the pass game?
What? Well, the Christian Kirk one, I think you can, because you replaced him with Travis Hunter if you want to play that game. Evan Ingram, we talked about it yesterday again, it's still kind of confusing. But I think, and not that Liam Coen was here for all this, but you see what it looked like at the center position when you had a guy, sorry, Luke Fortner, shot coming here, that couldn't do it. and wasn't capable of doing the job. It was terrible. Everybody looked worse. And I just don't love the confidence. And I get the guy that they replaced in Tampa with was like a first rounder, right?
Yes.
So, like, I get that. But I don't like the idea still that, like, okay, yes, the first rounder's better than this guy, but are you telling me this guy's like a third rounder, a fourth rounder? What are you telling me?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the part that I just don't. I can't get warm and fuzzy about until I see him straight up manhandle.
It's the ultimate raise the floor of what they were talking about. But even where is that?
But did you raise the floor from here to here?
I think that's a fair question.
I mean,
I don't.
What does that matter?
I really have no idea, other than familiarity. And why would you bring him in if you didn't believe in him to some degree?
Sure, I get
that.
that.
They basically sold us on one game. They said he pinch hit one game and he played really. Go watch that tape.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a lot of guys can play well for one game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean,
usually when they pay the role player in baseball a butt ton of money because he filled in once or twice, it doesn't work out.
Yeah. So
I just
Well, listen, these are real things.
Right.
I mean, that's the point. It's not like trying to overly critical of it. I think you can say the pass rush went from the depth pass rush went from a weakness to a strength, maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think people, but
We're still got to see it, but yeah.
But I think
on paper,
just like you said, I think how that offense went from Morse and Sheriff to McCarry and Hainsey isn't a slam dunk like, oh, we're even the same.
Yes, correct.
So,
and those are two players that were at the end, with the first two, by the way.
Yeah, and debatable how well, especially Sheriff because of...
Well, Sheriff and Morse definitely weren't playing the best football of their careers last year.
Fair.
But there is a scenario where they did not get better from that.
True. They got younger. That's the only thing they got.
Doesn't mean that's better.
To guys that are in the prime of their
Yeah.
career. Amby, is there another position that you would say that about? Anything else we're missing here? Receiver's been revamped. Tight end we just talked about. You got some of the guys back in the running back room.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think you necessarily got a lot better in the secondary. I think Jordan Lewis is a big addition, but I don't think you can say year to year on paper you got a lot better. You're not. It's just it's the same kind of thing. Until I see Eric Murray back there commanding the secondary, commanding the defense, it's hard to sell me that he's, gonna come in and make a big difference. I mean, the guy has just been he's a veteran, and I'm sure he can provide a lot as far as knowledge and being the, as Gladstone says, safe and making sure everything's in front of the Jaguars defense. Maybe we don't have as many blown coverages. That would be very nice, but it's hard to sell me that he's a big upgrade over Cisco, who before last year everybody was high on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you do have better depth though on paper. Like I don't think you're. I mean, maybe you are, but it feels like you're farther away from like the Tyson Campbell gets hurt and all of a sudden some dude named Gregory Jr. is coming in. You know what I mean? Like in the secondary, I feel like you have options if something were to happen. We're not sure about the Jarian Jones thing, but like you have a Travis Hunter, you have Ransaw, who I know they want to play somewhere else, but like it feels like you have these people or at least better depth on paper. I could be dead wrong, but it just kind of feels that way.
You feel good about it.
You might have a better fix.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's the raise the floor.
And that's the raise the floor concept, I guess, in a sense.
You may not, though.
Is that you're not just reaching. But I will also say this, to Casey's point, we know the names that are there a little bit better, more than maybe a Gregory Jr. because we've seen him play. But are they good enough? That's debatable. Like, where's Buster Brown in that? Buster Brown, I think, has made some really good plays. Like, I think he's played okay when he's been out there. But is he good enough to have out there on an everyday basis, on an every down basis?
Agreed, for sure.
I think is the question. I really feel like on defense, the two things that they did that helped me feel better about their defense are put guys in positions that I think they belong. Eric Armstead and Darnell Savage.
Sure.
Like, we had no idea where either guy was playing last year this time.
Yeah.
And what was promised to them or where they wanted to play versus, hey, we're really good in this spot.
Now, Caleb Ransaw, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I can live with it. I can live with it more if it's a rookie versus a guy who's done it in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah, but they've been very adamant.
Wasn't he a third rounder? Second?
Second.
What was Caleb Ransaw?
Second, right?
Third.
Or third
rounder.
He was their second pick, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the difference there is they've even said he's playing corner. I'm sorry, playing
Ransaw?
safety.
Of course. Yeah. No. I get it. But he was a corner in.
Oh yeah. So
in college, and I get it. Like, he has all the physical attributes, and he has shown that he can play safety. I get all of it. But like, in my opinion, there were better floor guys at safety that you could have got if you're looking for a safety.
Yeah.
I've said it before. The cat from Notre Dame, the two-time All-American. Watts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Xavier Watts, yeah. I mean, he was there, but you risked it for a guy who's obviously, he's got the length, he's got the speed, he's got to probably get a little more size, but like, that's a risk there.
I think Real MBB chimed in when I was asking about darlings at camp. He actually said him. That by the end of camp, he'll be starting.
Caleb Renzo?
That's not a darling.
That's not a darling?
He's the second pick they made, third round pick. It's not a darling.
Well, he might not have understood the full context of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Maybe
like,
he's the star of camp then.
But I would say
that could be. That's a good answer.
But I wouldn't see that coming.
Ransaw
being a starter week 1, you're saying?
Yeah.
To go along with the offensive line
I wouldn't.
Though on the same lane as Ransaw,
okay.
People really want Milam to start.
Well, they do. They're infatuated with the idea of that, but I don't see that happening either.
I don't either.
But I'm not going to be mad if a third-round pick coming off of one of the worst defenses we've seen in Jacksonville is a starter. Like, I mean, I get like you've replaced, you've plugged some of the holes, but
it's reasonable.
This defense wasn't good last year, everybody. Like, especially in the secondary. You drafted a safety in the third round. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I think that third-round pick could be a starter sometime this season.
It's actually a fair question then. Would you feel good? I'm going to give you those two examples. The offensive line wasn't very good either overall. Would you feel good by September whatever if Ransaw has won the job and Milam has won the job?
Would I feel good about it?
Would you feel good or bad about that?
I mean, it depends how we get there, right? I mean, does he win the job because of injuries? Does he win the job because of play? Like, there's a million ways.
I'm not going to say injury. I'm not going to predict somebody's getting hurt. I'm going to say he beats out Darnell Savage and plays.
Yeah, then I would feel great about it because it justifies, like, hey, James Gladstone's a wizard when it comes to drafting. Like, if you go through the training camp battles and both of you guys that you drafted are bona fide starters the rookie year, James Gladstone, tip of the cap to you.
Yeah, I would feel a lot differently about each situation because if it's Ransaw starting, I would say, well, Gladstone didn't bring in Savage. He was here. He inherited him. Mm-hmm. And if you want to talk about raising the floor, like you could probably do worse than Savage. So if the guy you pick starts over him because he's better, then that's great. On the flip side, if Milam starts, I would be like, why did you bring in this guy that you thought was going to be your guard? And 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever later, he's not better than a, fourth-round rookie, third-round rookie, whatever Milam was. I'd be like, why'd you spend money on that guy? Mm-hmm. So I feel differently about each situation.
Well, Hammy, jump in here. How do you feel about it before I answer it?
Well, I just think just based off the fact that a secondary rotates a lot more, I would feel better about Ransaw. Because if he's not, I mean, he doesn't have to play 100% of the snaps. I think if you throw Milam in there, he's not going to be coming out and
rotation.
It's possible, obviously, offensive lines do rotate, but secondaries rotate a lot more. I mean, so I would feel like it's an easier transition to get, Savage back in there. Versus it's Milam up now. It's going to be Makari or maybe if it's some people even if it's Anton. Hypothetically, it could be
or Ezra Cleveland.
It could be Ezra. So I think it'd be easier if it was Ransaw.
Yeah. So here's why I don't feel as good about it because I don't want two of those guys that I've never seen play in the NFL kind of winning those jobs. And I would be left with man, how bad was Ezra Cleveland or whoever, and how bad was Savage? Now, the thing that it would just put an exclamation point. Mm-hmm. If it was those particular guys, Savage and Ezra Cleveland, just be like, well, there you go, bulky again.
Yeah.
That's what you'd say. That's the exclamation point on it. Yep. But I want Ezra Cleveland to be as good, quite frankly, as Bulky thought he was. Mm-hmm. I want Darnell Savage to be a part of this defense as much as not only Bulky or Nielsen thought, but obviously this regime to retain him thought. So, I kind of want those to be right with the veteran guys right off the rip than getting beat out by a guy like Ransaw who's never even played, who's not even really a safety.
Right.
True.
He's now starting in the NFL week 1. Mm-hmm. So, listen, there's upside to it. I agree with you guys. It might be fines. But what it says about the other isn't necessarily encouraging.
Yeah.
Or put you in the right spot to be successful right away. Because, again, I do think there's an importance about coming out of the gates pretty strong here. You're going to have enough, let's see how this unfolds in the first month. Naturally, every season. New regime, younger, different players. But the less you have of that, the better chance you have to win in the first 5 or 6 weeks. And these first 5 or 6 weeks are probably make or break the season. Like you can't get in a situation where Doug Peterson was in, where it's like 3-7, we believe, and he was right. But you also had like an epic collapse from Tennessee to make that happen, right? So and a lot of injuries that you just can't count on. So I don't know if I would necessarily feel good if those guys are starting week 1. Is my point.
Fair answer.
By week 6, maybe. But
has there ever been a more forgotten human than Darnell Savage? Like from his entire Jaguars, like. Do you remember doing anything last year? Like not in a like. Do you remember doing anything? And then like all off season, it's like, yeah, they got guys at safety, and then they pick Ransaw. You're like, who's to say? Oh, Savage?
I think that's a good point. I feel like there was a game that he was kind of like he was noticed a bit, but I think it might have been one game. Maybe. I don't even know which one. And the other thing is, he's not a guy that's like front and center from a microphone.
No, that's part of it.
So you don't even really
know that he's there.
Like people don't even know like what he looks like.
Yeah.
No,
you know. And that's hard in Jacksonville. You end up interviewing everybody, right? And you don't really even know, like, oh, that's Darnell Savage at the grocery store. And he got paid. He wasn't a huge sign, but it was like a 3-year, $21 million deal.
But he wasn't
a moderate signing.
He wasn't a nobody. Like, he played for the Packers.
Yeah, people knew of him.
Yeah, like that's it. He went from somebody that I feel like people knew of to like, where is bro?
Yeah, it would be nice to get something out of him.
Anything.
You know, with that contract. Brent Austin Show, Casey Kurtz, Jason Hamby as well. Let's take a break. And hey, just a reminder, 2 months from today, the Action Sports Shacks Stream 18 golf tournament. You can be a part of it. ActionSportsShackStream18.com. We're going to have a fun day out there at the golf club at Southampton with our title sponsors, Access Golf and Cadillac as well. We'll be right back. Take it until 1 o'clock, and Storytellers of the 904 plays at 1 o'clock. A new edition of that one. That'll be Greg Coleman on the show today, right on ActionSportsJacks.com. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament, but this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts.
Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers.
And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, that guy's good right there, isn't he? Some good pitchers in the sport this year that are having big seasons, and school ball one of them. Hamby put on this hey to the Yankees. I'm like, what the hell would Detroit trade this guy for? They're right in the middle of it. But Hamby, explain yourself.
Am I out of my mind that there's no way they're going to trade Scooble this year?
They're not right in the middle of it. They're the best team in the sport.
Well,
hey.
Which puts you in the middle of it.
Little respect. Milwaukee Brewers now are the best team in the sport.
Yes, they are.
The Tigers are the best team in the sport.
The Milwaukee Brewers are the best record in the sport.
Okay.
Well, so
the Tigers are the best team in the sport.
All right, man. All right. You say so.
Anyway. All right. Well, there's no shot that they trade him. That's not the story. The story is that he's going to sign a huge contract eventually when he's a free agent. And during, I believe, their game, I believe it was Sunday or Sunday night, Buster Olney says he's going to get $400 million. The only question is it going to be from the Yankees, Mets, or Dodgers? And it just kind of reinvigorated this whole thing of just like, seriously, like the Tigers take a shot on a guy, they develop him, he becomes the best pitcher in baseball, all for what? They get 1 year out of that? I mean, he was good last year, but he wasn't near this good. They get 1 year, and it's all up. Yep. He's going to be on one of three teams because that's the only teams that can compete to pay him.
It's baseball, man. Like,
it's baseball.
This is the way that works.
Yeah.
I saw it happen with Josh Hader. I saw it happen with Devin Williams. Like, this is the nature of the beast.
Even 10 years ago, Austin, teams like the Cardinals, teams like the Giants, right? They were in competition. For even the Braves at times were in competition for these type guys. The Braves are losing Freeman to the Dodgers. They're losing Freed to the Yankees, right? Mm-hmm. The Giants can't sign. I mean, they traded for Devers, but remember when they were supposedly in on Judge, they got outbid by tens of millions of dollars. I'm assuming.
Was it that much? I thought they were in that deal.
So real quick, the one thing I agree with I agree with what you're saying, Hamby, but the difference is it's not that they can't, it's that they don't.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that an owner of a Major League Baseball franchise couldn't go play this game. If, like, the guy that owns the Giants, whoever that is, could go play this game.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Well,
it just comes down to that.
I think the greatest example of this is actually the Padres. The Padres never played this game until the last, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And then they went and signed, 3
Bogarts and,
Seats. 4 of them. I mean, they got Bogarts. They had, obviously, they got Tatis. They had Soto.
They traded for Soto,
Machado.
though.
Yeah, they traded for. Did they ever pay?
They paid Bogarts. They never paid Soto.
Actually,
no, they never paid Soto.
So, but they were playing that game a bit.
Yeah.
So I think there are more teams. I think you're right. I think the Giants can play that game. I think it's not just 3 teams.
But I also think he's right, though. That's where it'll end up.
Do you think so? Would you bet right now that Scooble plays for the Yankees, Mets, or Dodgers?
Yes.
I bet against it. I think somebody else would jump in that fray.
Because look, I mean, 10 years ago, remember it wasn't that long ago, the Tigers handed Miggy Cabrera the biggest contract in baseball at the time, I think, other than Pujols, with the Angels.
Correct.
The Angels handed out a gigantic deal. I mean, 10 years ago, the Mariners gave Robinson Cano a 10-year deal.
That's true.
It was the biggest contract ever for a second baseman. That's not happening anymore. The Red Sox used to be right there.
They haven't been lately.
They're settling. They're still spending a lot of money, but they're settling for the second-tier guys. They're not getting the best players.
On the flip side of what you just said, though, how'd the Cano thing work out?
It was terrible, and I think all of the big contracts have been terrible.
I mean, the Pujols thing was terrible as well. I was going to get that. Miggy worked. I mean, he's a legend, but on the flip side, what'd they win? Nothing.
Right.
So it's like you get burned once, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, you can see why they shy away from it.
Yeah.
All right, I can tell. But I also, all right, you take those 3 teams, I'll take the field. And the field to me includes teams like the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Rangers, the Padres, the Giants. I'll take the field that Scooball doesn't end up with those 3 teams.
It's funny you say those teams because the one you didn't say that I think could get in this game and has proven they want to is Toronto.
Toronto was another one out of my list, yeah.
I think if I was adding a 4th to ours, I would pick Toronto.
And I think Detroit can get on this.
They could.
Maybe they swing around and be like, okay, now we've got the farm system where we need it to be, the whatever, everything else. Because a lot of that is that. A lot of it's like, hey, we got to get right. Like, I don't know if Milwaukee can spend that kind of money.
They won't.
No. They probably won't, but a lot of it you got to get right in your farm to feel good to be able to do it.
In reality, yeah, the Brewers don't need to spend that money. Yeah. The Tigers do, though, and see, now, and that's where it's interesting because, like, the Tigers have, in my opinion, the second best farm system in the sport, and, like, their guys are relatively getting close. So, like, if you decided to pay Scooble, you could look at it if you're Tigers and go, McGonigal and Clark are going to be here, Briseño might be here by that point. Like, maybe we should do that. I don't think they will.
Did you just name 3 players in the Tigers farm system?
Yeah, you want me to name more?
Who has the best farm system, Casey?
Seattle.
Okay. Where's Milwaukee? They're up there.
They're up there.
Okay,
it's decent.
We'll take it.
Are the Braves up there anymore?
No,
the Braves system's terrible.
Thanks for playing.
Who's got bad systems now?
The Braves.
It used to be so good for so long.
I hate to say it, but like the Braves, it's a really bad system.
Like the Padres can't have a good system.
The Padres system is bad because
the Dodgers have to be bad.
The Dodgers have a bad system.
Are the Orioles bad now?
Well,
they lose everybody.
The Orioles still have a decent system because they're all still like fringe guys because a lot of the guys just came up. But like it's not as good as it was with like Jackson and all of them because now they're up.
Yeah. They probably thought it was better than it was too.
Yeah. Marlins aren't a great system. So, but the Tigers are. The Tigers are one of the. I mean, the Tigers have 2 of the top. I think Clark's 13 now. 2 of the top 13 prospects. 3 of the top 50. Like.
And Seattle. That's interesting, Seattle.
Seattle, I don't know what the actual rankings say. For my money, Seattle has the best. It's insane, all the hitters they have in their system that are close, that are like 18 to 20 years old.
That's pretty wild. So anyway, yeah, it's a fascinating. Who wants to join the fray? To Casey's point, they can. Enough teams can. Now, the Pittsburgh Pirates are never going to, and Tampa's not going to. Like, I get it. But other teams can. I mean, shoot, even the Washington Nationals could if they wanted to.
Cubs would be interesting.
The Astros could.
And by the way,
that's a terrible system.
Maybe not this year, but
the White Sox could.
No, they have a great system. By the way,
do they?
Yeah,
I mean, I hope so.
It's really good.
I hope
they should.
So. I mean, it's been like 3 years of disaster.
The teams that have been historically terrible have pretty decent systems.
Yeah, which you'd hope.
Yeah,
to be able to do it. All right, hey, what are we doing? We got a little trip today.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was thinking about minor league baseball players.
Yeah, that was impressive, by the way.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at it checks out, man. The list, like in terms of the farm system. So the Mariners, according to Bleacher Report, are number 1. Are the Mariners?
I figure. I mean, it's nuts. Because all their pitching's in the majors right now, and like their bats are questionable. Like in 3 years, that team might just be.
And I guess the Pirates are up there now.
Pirates do have a decent system.
They just jumped up, I guess, for some reason. I don't know why. But who cares? It's sports. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So anyway, training camp and whatnot. You know, opening around the league. So I was looking at all the moves that teams made, and I was like, basically, where are some of these humans? So I'm going to give you some names, and you guys are going to have to try to figure out where they are. A lot of former Jags on this list. Hamby, you play as well. You're on the screen. Cool.
Wide.
I feel like if you know it, you can just kind of yell it out.
Okay.
But there's some random ones on here, and, some of them get a little goofy. We'll start with an easy one, though, so everyone be ready here for an easy point. First one it gets the point. Zach Wilson. Oh, boy.
Giants.
Dolphins.
Zach Wilson's.
I heard somebody say
Dolphins.
Giants.
You.
Dolphins.
Huh.
Whoops. All right, point for Brent. Former Jacksonville Jaguar receiver Josh Reynolds.
Ooh. Man, he's all
Keep track of your points, folks.
Rams.
Cardinals.
Titans.
Another round. Everybody's wrong.
Was he with the Titans or not?
He was with the Titans before the Jags.
Oh, okay.
Chiefs.
No.
Ravens.
No.
Jets.
Yes.
Wow. How did you do that?
How about
I
it?
gotta think about it a little bit.
How about it?
Think about it. Well, because they got rid of Adams. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Where is D-Hop?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Who was he with most recently? The Titans, right?
Yes.
Nope.
No.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Oh, the
Oh,
Chiefs.
right.
That's right.
All right. As it turns out, this was not a good idea.
No, this is a great idea. That's fun. So, D-Hop's on a new team?
He's on a new team.
Buffalo.
No. They are. You're on the right track.
Patriots.
Ravens.
Oh, I should have got that. Yeah, okay.
Elijah Moore. Former Jet. First rounder, maybe second rounder.
Oh, there's some Jags that wanted him.
Titans.
No.
Damn it.
Is he on the Browns?
No. He was on the Browns.
I was thinking about Browns too. That was his first.
I thought maybe they were signed him.
That was the first place he went after.
Oh, okay.
The Jets.
And who did I just see this where?
Raiders.
No.
Colts. I feel like he's in the AFC South.
He's not in the AFC South.
Damn it.
He is in the AFC, though.
Is this the Bills?
This is the Bills.
Yeah. Okay.
Former Jacksonville Jaguars first round pick, Taven Bryan.
He was in Cleveland.
He was in Cleveland.
Mason Graham said we'll see you later.
Colts.
No. He was with the Colts, though.
Damn it. I thought I had that one. He went to another team. Boy,
I'll let you guys get a couple guesses in, but then
let us.
I got a hint that'll kind of move the needle.
Steelers.
No. Close.
Cincinnati?
Yes.
Man, I got three.
He's played in the entire NFC North almost.
Getting cooked.
Guys on fire.
You guys getting cooked.
Former Jacksonville Jaguars safety, Rayshon Jenkins.
Chargers.
No.
Seahawks?
No.
I just saw this too.
I feel like I saw
Raiders.
No.
I'm done.
He's exceeded his.
I love the bail.
You don't have to bet. Just keep going.
No, you only get two.
I mean, you gotta like let everybody else.
All right, fair enough.
49ers.
No.
On the West Coast.
I wouldn't say that.
Cowboys?
No.
Dang.
I'll say Ravens.
Mm-mm.
I saw this headline too. 49ers?
I was actually surprised he was still playing. I feel like I saw
This
it too.
team is connected to the Jags this offseason.
Dolphins.
No, but I see how you did that.
Bucks.
Tampa Bay, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Steelers.
How are we connected to the Steelers?
Every team's
Play them in the
connected.
preseason.
No, not. Think it too hard.
Oh, is he in the Brown?
He is on the Browns.
Okay, I got you. I'll take 4.
All right, guys, this is going well. Super Bowl champion Darius Slay.
Big play, Slay.
Big play, Slay.
Yeah, when are the Eagles? I really.
Washington?
No.
Damn.
This is where I throw my Colts one on one more time.
Brent's just going back to the well until he gets one.
My brother in Christ, the Colts are not on here at any point.
At all. Slay would have went with a veteran team. Like
I remember the. Oh, I know.
Bills.
I know.
No.
Houston.
No.
Oh, Ravens.
Close.
Steelers.
Yes.
There. Okay.
Gosh, that was one time I wanted to go.
Where were you? I didn't hear you at all, except for.
Funny how
Henry just quit. There. He's like, I'm
crazy.
over
Like
this.
you think veteran, that whole AFC North, you're like, that's where they go.
Yeah. Yep. Prestige, man.
You get your point.
All right. Come on.
Former Jacksonville Jaguars starting quarterback, Gardner Minshew.
Wow, this one I don't remember seeing.
So he's not in the Raiders anymore, eh?
It is not the
I
Raiders.
remember that being done, but I don't
Yeah.
remember where he went. Oh, actually, I do know where he went.
Then
No.
Colts.
Sorry.
Let's go to the Colts.
I think Mac Jones went to the Niners, not
Mac
Minshew.
Jones did go to the Niners.
I'm not gonna
Rams.
say the Colts.
Not the Rams.
Why do I like Seattle here?
You shouldn't.
Where did Minshew go?
He will not start.
Yeah.
Unquestioned.
Well, gosh, I would hope we know where he was if he was starting.
Is he in Cincinnati?
He is not.
Buffalo?
Nope.
L.A.
No. You should just start doing that for every team. No, 'cause you got two
I
chances.
do not know where Minshew.
How about Arizona?
No.
Panthers.
No. There is no scenario that he thinks he's going to play.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yes.
Oh,
By the
I
way,
did see this
hey,
too.
we should do something on this story. This should be a story. Minshew, Henny,
Gabbert.
Yeah.
All with Mahomes.
I feel like there's another one.
The pipeline.
Too. Now it's not like a starter, but I feel like there was somebody else that was a backup for a while that ended up back in. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, that's three of them. That's crazy.
All right. Former Jacksonville Jaguars first-round pick Dante Fowler Jr.
Raiders.
Ooh, where hasn't this guy
He was
been,
with the
though?
Commanders.
No and no.
But so he didn't stay with the
Falcons.
Commanders.
No Falcons.
Like he might have went back to Dallas.
He did go back to Dallas.
Nice,
Brent's
bro.
on. I think he got 4 now.
4.
4-4. I got 4.
All right, this is a
Andy's
double.
Playing for pride.
You get You get 2 points of this one because this is two different humans, both on the Jaguars last year. Roy Robertson Harris, Jeremiah Ledbetter, both on the same team. According to NFL.com.
Bears.
No.
Just say yes.
Robertson Harris came from the
Just say yes.
Seahawks.
I saw somebody shared a story that they saw Roy Robertson Harris the other day. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Roy?" He's like,
Roy Robertson Harris.
I saw him at the
not on
airport
the Jets.
a
I guess
couple
he's
weeks
still
ago.
in town, or maybe has a house.
Yeah, I saw him at the airport.
On
accident, not on purpose. I just want to clarify.
All right. Thanks for the clarification. How about the Panthers?
Cardinals.
Come on, Hamby.
Broncos.
No, but that is the first Broncos appearance of the
Yeah.
Can you give us AFC or NFC?
NFC.
Rams.
No.
Where did Roy Robertson Harris go?
Jeremiah Ledbetter went to the Lions.
No.
Saints.
No.
Vikings.
No.
Bucks.
No.
Eagles.
No.
Dude.
Eagles.
No.
Commanders.
Washington? Yeah.
Did we say Seahawks?
No.
Giants.
Giants. Give them 2 points.
Back in it, baby.
After naming every team in the sport.
Yeah,
We
I know,
almost
literally-
named everyone. in the
Literally every
NFC.
team in the NFC.
Giants.
A very long time ago, former Jacksonville Jaguar Sheldon Day.
They went to San Francisco. Was with Indianapolis for a long time.
He's been with a bunch of teams still in the league.
Holy cow.
I have
I think he was with the Browns.
He was.
Yep.
I have a 2.5% chance of getting this.
I'm going to say he fits the scheme.
Oh, give me a break.
Fred's breaking down schemes.
Of Seattle.
Nope.
Titans.
Nope.
Sheldon Day's still in the league, man. That's a nice career.
According to
fourth-round
NFL.com.
pick. Bills.
No.
I don't want to guess.
Texans?
I don't.
Patriots.
No. Come on, Hamby.
He doesn't want to guess.
I'm like,
The guy, he picked 14 darlings at camp, but he doesn't want to guess the names of the teams.
It's so snipped.
Oh, man.
Texans.
No.
49ers.
Is that it?
No.
I gotta look at just teams in the NFL again.
Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders.
I just gotta look at the
Bears,
logos
Lions,
again, dude.
Packers, Vikings, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks.
It is one of those.
All right, I win.
Nailed it.
Vikings.
NFC.
No,
but NFC.
Packers.
Who else is Sheldon? I don't
Haven't heard the Packers yet, but that's not right.
I think he's on.
Lions.
No.
Bears.
No.
Vikings.
No.
We say Panthers yet?
No, but no.
Falcons.
No.
Saints.
No.
I don't know. It's the Bucks, man. Bucks.
No. They changed their team name a couple times.
Okay, the Commanders got it. Give me the
This
point.
one doesn't count. That
Thank you.
shouldn't even be a
That-
point.
I don't feel good about that at all. No, I still have 4.
Former Jags punt and kick returner Devin Duvernay.
Just went to someplace.
Yes, he did.
Is that the Seahawks?
No.
I think he might have gone back to Baltimore.
Why am I just?
You guys really want someone to be on the Seahawks?
Ah, it's so bad.
No, Baltimore.
Maybe it's like that Gus Bradley connection.
How about the
Who knows?
Bills?
No.
Falcons.
No.
Where are they now? Patriots?
No.
Steelers?
No.
Jets?
No.
I feel like it's an AFC team.
No.
No.
Falcons?
No.
No, he said Falcons.
I'm
Panthers?
sorry.
No.
Cardinals?
No.
Vikings?
No.
Dude,
This is so annoying.
You played for him, Austin.
Bears?
Yes.
Okay.
4.
Cool. you feel good about that? No. Put it down.
He wouldn't even guess.
Put
Now he's like,
put it down.
One more.
You can't feel good about that
Is
one.
this it?
There's a couple more.
Okay.
We'll skip this one because never mind. Jamal Agnew.
Should we know this better?
I don't know.
There's a lot of names, Brent.
Yeah, like
There's a lot of things going on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're skipping Rocky Sin because you guys will never get that.
He was with the Colts, right? For a long time.
Yeah. He's a Lion now.
Which teams have they played on?
Did Agnew go to the Steelers?
He did not.
Did he get signed at the end of last year by somebody? I thought it was. Maybe it was the Steelers then.
It's not.
Or
no.
Lions?
It's still not.
NFC?
Oh, Lions he was on.
NFC.
Show me the
Cardinals.
Falcons.
What?
Cardinals?
No.
Falcons?
Falcons.
That was my first guess. That's 3 points.
That's a 3-pointer.
That's a 3-pointer right there, everybody.
I'm interested. Aren't you kind of interested to see if he's got something left in the tank?
Of course, yeah.
Last one, the accountant, Hunter Renfrow, came out of retirement to sign with this team.
I saw that. Who did he come out of retirement for?
Jets?
No.
I don't think it was with the Raiders where he was, right?
Chargers. It's the Chargers.
It's not.
Dadgum.
You got Ladd.
I know, but you got to say it with conviction.
In the
You get
slot? Okay.
25%.
2 accountants and 1 wide receiving
Chiefs.
room. I mean, come on.
Hang on. I'm looking at I'm trying to mind meld with Casey here a little bit. Mind meld.
I think
He's
I know
telling
it.
me who it is
I
right
know
now.
it, but I can't guess yet.
I can see it in his eyes. Oh, Andy, you know it, but you don't want to guess it? What?
I think I know it. I
Chiefs.
probably don't.
No Chiefs.
Why would you
Casey's
come out of
looks like
retirement?
something. Yeah, it's
You know?
got to be worth your while, right?
You'd think.
But maybe not then. Okay. So just some like...
You'd think it'd be a foregone conclusion if you're going to come back to the league, you're going to win something.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Oh, the Adam Thielen effect. Nicely done, Hamby. Still lost the game, but nicely
Really,
done.
come out of retirement for the Panthers?
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, really? Does he have ties to a coach or anything there? Who knows?
He wouldn't with the
think
Tampa
so.
guy.
No.
Interesting.
Low-key, I think I won. I got
Yeah, work
5.
with it. What happened to Adam Thielen then?
He's still there, I think.
Is he really?
I
Is he
think.
still playing?
Brent, he was on fire last year towards the end of the season. Won me a fantasy championship.
When Bryce Young turned it on.
Yep.
I saw somebody tweet out the other day like they were getting hammered. It was like some national guy, I think, getting hammered for putting Trevor Lawrence above Bryce Young in their rankings. And I was like,
Wasn't that one of these guys? Did you guys do that?
I had Trevor Lawrence ahead of Bryce Young.
We all did.
Oh, okay. All right.
no, but
Yeah,
but so it was a national guy that somehow came out with his rankings and he had it, and so he's getting hammered by like Carolina fans, I think.
Oh, sure.
And I'm like, we got a problem in Jacksonville if Trevor isn't ranked above Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I don't care. I know Bryce Young resurrected things last year and came on strong, but there's a problem
Yeah.
if Trevor isn't
Big time.
easily been like, yeah, that's not even a conversation.
True.
So
That's fair.
And maybe Bryce Young takes another step this year, and then that you recalculate that. But oof. Let's hope in week 1 Trevor Lawrence outplays Bryce Young.
Lord, we need it, Brent.
Please.
Yes.
All right. He did not do very well.
Nope. Don't feel good
How
about
many did
it.
you get, Austin?
I had 5.
Hamby?
I had 5.
I do have one more.
Go ahead.
Guy Jags maybe should have picked a couple years ago, Trayvon Moehrig. Safety.
Patriots.
That's funny you
drafted
bring him
by
up.
the Raiders, right?
Of course.
He was
Played
drafted by the Raiders. No Patriots. We're going back and forth here since you guys each get one.
Okay, so we're going one
So he
apiece.
said Patriots, no.
Brent, go ahead.
Brent's out. Did
Oh,
you
you-
get 5?
I don't think so.
This is sudden
Okay,
death.
so it's me. Okay. Cardinals.
No.
We have like 3 minutes, Hamby. So
Almost out of show.
Yeah, it's
He went
Googling it. Googling it in the corner.
He's Googling it.
He's Googling it.
not go-
Show me your heads.
Hey, tap those drumsticks.
Yeah, yeah. Googling it as we
He
speak.
went to the
Look at the screen.
Bears.
No.
Trevon Merrick. Who needs safety? Did I say the Browns? Browns?
No.
Oh, Casey, don't tease me like that, man.
Hamby.
I got a team I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I really want to participate.
Go ahead and pick in the losers bracket where you belong.
If you guys are willing to give it winner take all, Brent.
No. You got to earn this right. Have fun in the losers bracket.
One guess.
Okay, go ahead.
What if he's right?
Well, then
he wins.
Broncos.
No.
Nah.
Damn it.
Commanders.
Was it your turn? Yes, it was your turn. Sorry.
You got it?
No, he did not.
Oh, my God. Trevon Merrick.
Almost out of show.
Texans.
No.
Not bad guess.
They do play the Jags.
Go, Hamby!
Say someone in the AFC South, damn it.
Oh, I don't like to say AFC South.
Colts.
It's not the Colts.
It's not the Titans. I'm not going AFC South. I'm going Chargers.
It's not the Chargers.
What if it's the okay?
What if it's the other AFC South team, Hamby?
Unbelievable.
Well, it's better than any other guess I got. Titans.
It's not. They play the Jags.
They play the Jags. Is it the Bengals? No, it's not the Bengals.
They didn't spend money.
No.
Is that the guess?
No. I was like, it can't be the Bengals.
We got to be out of show at this point.
We got to be out of show. I don't know.
Jets.
We got 10 seconds.
No. Before the bye.
We both lost,
Seahawks.
Hamby.
They play he's on the Panthers.
I was going to say the Panthers.
Please end the show.
End the show.
Please
Get
end
us
the
out
show.
of here. Get us
Hey,
out of here.
Storytellers of the 904 next on ActionSportsJacks.com. Back at it tomorrow from training camp, by the way.
Sorry, Casey. I feel like I let you down.
In the morning. Yes, you did.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
It's fast-paced.
Hands off on first down, and there goes Edward Vander.
High fly.
Wide open receiver. It's caught.
Action-packed. Weekend fun. Fun for the entire family. It's the Jacksonville Sharks. I feel like anybody could play in this league. It's gotta be like backyard football, right?
Whoa! This ain't the Arena League, Brent. This is the indoor league, and they play defense here.
It's a lot safer to just watch the professionals play. And watching is a lot of fun. A party in the stands at the arena for kids and adults. And it's indoors. Get out of the heat for the summer and watch the Sharks shine inside. Jacksonville Sharks football, season number 15. It's the Drive for 5, and it's still alive. Get your tickets at jacksharks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be